Yo, yo, yo. Wait, wait. Hey, Baker. Baker. Audio. Get rid of that. There we go.
This episode of the Y-Files is brought to you by Conflict of Nations. In 1948, the streets of every major city in America...
I'm Sydney, Australia, and I've just had my dental work completed by Dents, and I'm over the moon. It's terrific. I love it.
This episode of the Y-Files is brought to you by
Imagine
Conflict...
remembering every minutiae of your life since adolescence. From what you ate for breakfast on a random Tuesday decades ago.
God damn.
To the exact...
I don't need to hear about the mushrooms. Jesus. Hey, Baker. Back to... that one.
of Nations.
Oh my god, man. Push a button properly. Learn how to use a fucking button. Retard.
In 1948, the streets of every major city in America saw a huge and sudden rise in the heroin supply. Harry Anslinger was the commissioner of federal narcotics, and he wanted answers. A confidential informant drops a bombshell. The man bringing in the heroin is the head of the Mafia's national crime syndicate, Lucky Luciano. That was a surprise. The mob didn't deal drugs, but maybe things changed. Anslinger sent agents to Sicily, where they caught Luciano preparing a half-ton shipment of heroin, heading to New York City by way of Havana. Now, the U.S. government didn't have jurisdiction in Sicily, so they brought in the local police. They refused to make an arrest. Anslinger called the State Department for help. After a few transfers, his call is finally connected to the U.S. Embassy in Palermo. A young man picks up the phone and says, "Sorry, Commissioner, have your agents stand down. Lucky's with us." Anslinger was confused. He asks, "What do you mean, us?" The response was the last thing Harry Anslinger expected to hear. Lucky Luciano, one of the world's most notorious crime bosses, was working for the CIA.
Mocky mock.
We're expecting you, the...
Human! Found you! You're at work!
Yes, I'm at work, and you're not. Where are you?
I am in a hole in the ground.
I can see that, but why are
Look,
you...
no time for chit-chat. We gotta...
At home? Are you digging in my yard? My neighbors are gonna call the cops again.
Don't worry.
After World War II, Europe was divided. The Western Allies controlled West Germany, while the Soviets held the East. As former allies became enemies, the Cold War began. The Soviet Union suffered massive losses, liberating countries as it marched to Berlin. And those liberated countries, they weren't giving them back. Poland, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, they became Soviet satellite states, and the Soviets wanted more. How much more, nobody knew. Europe was in ruins, but the Russian army was still strong. If they pushed west, they would be hard to stop. The Allies needed a plan to contain the Soviets, so they turned to Allen Dulles of the CIA, America's new intelligence agency. During the war, the Office of Strategic Services, or the OSS, coordinated espionage and covert operations. Allen Dulles was the OSS station chief in Switzerland. He watched the Soviet Union closely, and he didn't trust them. They may be temporary allies, but they were communists. Dulles believed in using every tool available to fight communism. A radical plan to stop Soviet expansion landed on his desk. It focused on training small groups of citizen soldiers in sabotage, supply raids, propaganda, and guerrilla warfare. These stay-behind soldiers would resist Soviet influence even if their governments fell. The White House loved the idea. The only question was, who would lead this secret army? Allen Dulles had the answer. Nazis.
Oh, great. What could possibly go wrong?
So useful, Nazis. Get you to space. Make all types of special equipment for you. Medical knowledge.
Operation Paperclip was a covert U.S. intelligence program that brought Nazi scientists, engineers, and technicians to America after World War II. Many of these scientists had been implicated in war crimes and human rights abuses, but the U.S. looked the other way. Dr. Kurt Blome was one of the Nazis' leading experts in biowarfare. He conducted horrible experiments on concentration camp inmates. After the war, Blome was arrested and would have been hanged, but America intervened and he went to work for the CIA.
Yeah, as a Nazi, he used chemicals on people against their will. What did he do for the CIA?
He worked for the MK Ultra program.
Using chemicals on people against their will?
Yep.
Yeah, at least he was consistent.
Dr. Erich Traub was a top Nazi bioweapons designer. After the war, he worked for the U.S. Army and helped launch the Germ Warfare Lab on Plum Island in New York. And what happened there was bad.
How is a Plum Island link down in a place with all this stuff?
Arthur Rudolph, Walter Dornberger, and Werner von Braun developed the V-2 rocket that killed thousands of people in London. V-2 rockets were built using forced labor from concentration camps. They later worked for NASA and built the rockets that went to the moon.
Whoa, let me fix that for you. They later worked for NASA and built rockets that never went to the moon. Fake moon landing link down here too, by the way.
About 1,600 Nazi scientists were recruited by the United States. A lot of them were connected to war crimes and unethical experiments, but their backgrounds were sanitized to avoid public backlash. Yes, Nazis were evil, but to the Americans, they were a necessary evil used to prevent Soviet expansion. General Reinhard Gehlen was Hitler's intelligence chief for the Eastern Front. He had a reputation for abusing Soviet POWs to extract information. After the war, the Soviets wanted him charged with war crimes. Gehlen offered the United States all of his Soviet intelligence files, and in exchange, he wanted protection and a role in future operations. The U.S. agreed. Under Operation Paperclip, Gehlen became an American asset. All war crimes were forgiven. Gehlen worked for the CIA to stop Soviet aggression. The CIA was a civilian organization. It wasn't armed or militarized. It only gathered intelligence. Gehlen needed something with more teeth. He built a new organization focused on the Soviet Union. It was more than just for intelligence gathering. They would be a paramilitary organization trained in guerrilla warfare and sabotage. Gehlen's first recruits were Hitler Youth and former Nazi soldiers. He called them werewolves. They were ordinary citizens by day and communist killers by night. Allen Dulles loved it. Gehlen's werewolves would be the secret army the CIA didn't have. Resources poured in from the US and the UK, and Gehlen set up a network of secret supply caches all over Germany. The new German government didn't know these secret stay-behind armies existed until a former Nazi officer exposed the operation. The Americans were caught funding a secret Nazi army led by the brutal General Reinhard Gehlen. This was horrifying news. The new German government ordered a full investigation, but that never happened. The CIA had the investigation closed and covered up. It didn't matter that the operation was illegal. The werewolves were necessary. The Soviet Union was strong and getting stronger. Then a new threat emerged. In 1947, communists were winning local elections all over Italy. National elections were coming up. Italy was becoming the first communist country in Western Europe. This was unacceptable. It would undermine America's position in Europe and increase Soviet influence. The CIA wanted Gehlen's guerrilla warfare plan expanded and brought to Italy. They would recruit hundreds of paramilitary soldiers starting in Rome. This new army would be called Operation Gladio, named for the gladius, the sword used by Roman soldiers. Recruits would be trained by US and British special forces and given all the tools and tactics needed to fight communism in Italy. The CIA just needed one last thing to get Gladio running. A lot of cocaine.
Hey, Tasman.
Oi, PTP, look at this. You missed it before, but look at this.
The CIA would be...
There you go.
So foggy. I'll turn my camera around.
Pretty low visibility, huh? There you go, mate. Damn.
Yeah, it looks cool as. I hope you're having a good Sunday.
You too, mate. Day off today?
Yeah. Busy day today.
Just on your way home from fucking being out and about for the day, huh?
That's well said.
Just have me a Arvo snack.
Sounds good.
Coffee, chocolate.
That sounds delicious.
How far are you off getting home?
Oh, about not that long. I'll probably jump down and then jump back up later.
Yeah, if I'm still on, jump up. Have a fucking sesh.
I'll cheer out the stream.
All good, lad. Good to see you, mate. I'll change his audio back. Hopefully you're hearing the audio. I know we're going to get banned for it. Find out, huh? Not like I'm watching it so I can have content. I'm drinking a coffee, chatting with you guys, watching a little bit of Y-Files. Right, audio. Turn off, echo, turn off, reduce, and away we go. Pardon me.
use Operation Gladio to create fear and instability in Italy. They would spread propaganda, infiltrate political events, bribe police, politicians, and disrupt demonstrations. They had to convince citizens that the Italian Communist Party was a dangerous threat. A secret agreement was made with Italian military intelligence. If Gladio needed to escalate, they would commit acts of violence and pin the blame on Italian communists. The 1940s...
Noah. Give me that audio. Remember this. Come on. You really? You fuck me over that? This story that we're hearing, or this information that we're hearing, this is history. This happened. You see again the hypocrisy of our way. Not the USA. No, we're all we're all in the same boat here. What they do, we follow, we support. That's just how it is. Been like that for a long time. And did you hear all that shit that he just said in like less than 2 minutes? Everything that we tell everyone else that they should not do because it makes them evil cunts, we do it all day, every day. And we don't care what anyone says about it. It's necessary when we want to do it. When other people want to do it, We have names for that shit. Oh, it was 50 years ago. Oh, it was 60 years ago. Yeah. What's changed? Both of the guys that are going to run the biggest country, biggest military in the world, they're in their 20s when this shit went down. Close enough. Coffee and chocolate, boys. Whoa. How do I want to rip a bong while I'm drinking coffee and eating chocolate? Or should I eat the chocolate and drink the coffee and then rip bong? I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm preaching though. I don't want to preach. What I want to hear from everybody is, yeah, we already know. Yes, we're not fooled by that it's our side and that we're allowed to do things that no one else is allowed to do. We understand why we do them, and we're on our side. As long as people understand, yeah, we are not God's children. We are not the best of the world, the best people in the world, or anything like running around telling everyone this is how you be the best and this is how everyone lives free, and this is not what we're doing. We're running a take over the world program without doing a world war to do it. We're winning hearts and minds. And again, I got no issue with it. I'm on the side that's winning. But all the things that are going to go missing in this world when we become this one world under the USA. Oh yeah, coffee and chocolate. There will be no USA. We'll see. To get rid of, well, about roughly two generations of people from the first world, though. Need about 2 generations, maybe 3, to disappear. And they're doing that. People in this country, there's people in the United States, there's people in Canada whose families have lived there forever, didn't immigrate there, and they live in tents. They get no government assistance. But then immigrants go there and they get assistance. I understand you need assistance when you first get there. But if you're bringing people in and giving them money while your people are in the shit, maybe you need to do something for your people. So I don't know if you notice, but I noticed when I was working, anytime our country brought in the new line of immigrants from whatever country, once they made it into industry, it's like I had to tell them how shit worked. They just thought, oh no, boss is God, yes. No, bro. Boss is not God. And that's what they want. They don't want people who have grown up learning all the things about society and all the rules and laws of society that pertain to all of us, not just the fucking top 1%. And fucking the way to do that is to make all these cunts who fucking know all this shit homeless and destitute, and they don't breed, and their way of life and their understanding never gets passed on, and the government can tell whoever the fuck else just rolled up how shit is, and they just believe it. One, because they just got here and they don't want to get kicked out. When people immigrate here, they should be taken through fucking more education on what unions are, on what human rights are, and that you don't have to bow to the government to receive anything. The government didn't bring you here. The people of the country brought you here. The government is just our fucking employees. They're not coming up with any fucking ideas or anything, are they? Okay? Let's build nuclear power plants. We need power straight away, but these things will take 25 years to build. Well, that's fucking smart. What are we doing this 25 years in the meantime? Oh, no, don't worry about it. But in 25 years, we'll have power everywhere. No, we fucking won't. The other side, we're just going to buy more fucking solar panels and wind turbines. What's that do for baseload power? Oh, we're going to steal all your gas. You're sitting on natural gas. Your country, your resource. We're going to sell it to a private company who's going to burn it, boil water, push it through a turbine, and sell you electricity. When you could have just burnt the fucking gas. That's where all the gas is going in Victoria. It's not because there's a lack of gas. It's because all the gas is going to be used to create our baseload electricity. No more coal fire. We're going to have gas plants. So instead of lighting a coal fire under it, we just put a burner in and put a gas pipe on it. Boom, away you go. And that meets our Kyoto fucking shit or whatever. Nope. As of this year, Wiz, no more gas. As of 2024. And that's why. And they run TV ads. Victoria's sitting on heaps of natural gas. Why can't I have gas? Don't you watch the fucking news? Don't you hear the radio when you're driving a car? Do you pop your head up into the world every now and then? Because for about 8 years, they've been building these gas plants. The first one fired up about 4 years ago. This is where all our gas is going. So and whatever they don't use to burn to make electricity, they're going to sell to other countries because private people invested their money, paid for a license, used your resources, and they need a profit from your resource that can never grow back, that won't reform and be replaced for hundreds of millions of fucking years. But they need a profit. Nationalizing resources is not communism. It's not. I hate that capitalism picks on the obvious. Right? If we're such capitalist loving people, why the hell is there an NDIS? Why is there a welfare system? Why is there pensions? Why is there single mother pensions? Why is there any fucking pensions at all? If we're capitalists, you should have no fucking money unless you get up and go get the fucking money. We lie. We're not capitalists. We're socialists disguised as capitalists. And the worst thing is the greatest form of welfare goes to the rich. That small percentage of people that are on welfare for pension, disability, unemployment, and whatever other criteria get you there, they are fucking nothing. All right, you look at your tax breakdown and oh, look how much did BHP Billiton or any of the fucking shit that these fucking billionaires want to do. They don't put their money in. They say, hey, I got an idea. Can I have some money? And if it pans out, cunts will get jobs. They don't pay that money back either, people. They don't pay that money back. And a license to use a resource, a mining license, or is not fair compensation for what they take. And jobs are not compensation. Jobs are compensation for stealing your time so they can get the resource out the ground. Then you need to be compensated for the resource. Without someone paying for your time to get the resource out the ground, he gets nothing either. He's paying you for your time there, not for taking the resource, for your time. And I know, listen to me. How the hell can any one man fucking make billions of dollars if he has to pay people fair fucking wages? What would be the point? What would be the point in creating vaccines that save lives? What would be the point in creating medical products that save lives? What would be the point in finding resources for electricity? What would be the point? Because we fucking need them. It's not, they don't exist because you need money. They exist because we fucking use them. You know, there is no free. Oil, gas, all resources should be nationalized. Anything we use should be cheap as fuck. Anything we sell, the money should come back to the coffers of this country. Shouldn't be relying on handing out swathes of land to private business and hoping income tax is going to cover it all. When half the resources they pull out of the ground in 5 years blows the hell out of any tax that they would pay in their lifetime in this fucking country. But yeah, you can't have fair stuff. You can't have a fair cut because that's communism or socialism. If one guy is not allowed to steal everything for himself, then shit is wrong. Something's wrong. No, I should be allowed to have everything for myself because I want. And everyone else is free to do that too. Or are they? Are they fucking really? Some of these corporations are owned by a corporation. Like, so a group of dudes will own like 20 or 40 fucking massive corporations. They are one entity. They pretend to be all this fucking different. They're one thing. The power of this world is being consolidated into the hands of a few. And they use the laws that we put in place and they manipulate them and they use semantics of the word play and shit to get their way. Right? A white collar crime occurs, nothing happens. Guy goes play tennis for 6 months and then he gets let out. You try stealing fucking $150 to pay for groceries for a week from, say, your bank or a till or another fucking person, God forbid. Bye-bye. You go to jail. These people can steal literally billions of dollars and they're immune. They're absolutely immune. What happens is they go, oh yeah, the guy, he's the CEO at the time, he's going to step down. Now he stood down, so that covers everything that we ever did wrong while he was in charge. He paid the price by standing down. Okay. Oh yeah, we live in a world of wants, needs. When you look after your needs, like when you figured out your needs and you prioritize them and that, and you see what you need to actually live, it's a lot less than what you got. All those other things are extras. Jesus Christ, look at my shirt hole, getting huge. And when you do see these things as extras, Nana, it's a little bit like freeing. It's like you understand their value again. You're like, that's right, I don't just own that thing and sometimes I use it. You understand why you've got it and you're more happy about it rather than just accumulating things for the sake of accumulating things. So you can tell stories about your things to other people. You know what? You gotta put weed in there. It won't work if I just put the lid on and press the button. Here we go. Here we go. And then. So you would have noticed I've been talking about the Y-Files for, I don't know, a week or two. I watched the episode of his and within a couple of weeks I watched another one. And then next minute I watched the fucking fair whack of them. And I don't know if he might be as old as me because when I went and watched these videos, it was shit that I was looking at in 2008, 2012, and stuff that I'd seen when I was growing up as a kid. Stories that you heard, or that UFO show that might come on once a month on free to air TV, like because there was only 2, 7, 9, 10 and SBS back in the day. There was no internets and fucking conspiracy channels and all that shit. Just every now and then you'd have like unsolved mysteries or believe it or not, or something like that would pop on. And this dude made videos of some of the stuff that I've been trying to remember to tell you guys and remember to find somewhere in the internet world to show you guys. And he made videos on that shit. When I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is so fucking easy now. Now I can just go, hey, Monty, watch this. This was that shit I was trying to tell you about years ago. Just shared the live out with a few people. Oh, good, mark him up. Oh, good. She just a social, social sesh. Social sesh. So, more political shit. Here we go. Y-Files is more of a debunker than any. Well, here's the thing, Mark. You watch the Y-Files. The start of the story is this is what happened. Look what happened. Can you believe what the hell happened? Look again. Holy shit, this happened. And then he gets to the end of it and goes, that shit didn't happen. Here's why this shit didn't happen. That's why the Y-Files is good, because he won't fuck up your role. He'll let that story be the good story, be entertaining, and lure you in, and then at the end he'll go, now that was all bullshit. It is good though when he does, he gets to the end and he doesn't have much to say, or he goes, with this one I don't fucking know, like. Exactly, Mark. And the format of how he does that's good, because it's not gonna, some people who like watching stuff like that, but then the moment that that idea is sort of frowned upon or whatever, their world gets shattered. At least this way they're there all the way to the end. And he doesn't do it, he's not doing it to be a cunt. He's doing it because he's a human being and he wants to know. Like, that's legitimately what he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go and have a look. Heap of cunts interested in it too. I'll find out what I can, and let's see where this goes, Fucking Plum Island, bro. He's got one on Plum Island. Again, the United States. But again, we all do it. But again, they always tell everyone, don't do that. Don't do that. We're so much better than you. We would never, ever do that. But they do it all. Plum Island, bro. There's rules at state. You can't even have certain viruses in your fucking country. Do you know what America says? Too fucking bad. When mad cow disease hit Britain, what was it, like 10 years ago? Was it? Yeah, it'd be 10 or 15 years ago. Mad cow hit Britain. Every single bull, cow, calf, heifer, it's got cow DNA in it. It died. It got shot, stabbed, pinned in the head, and then burnt. They killed everything on the whole island and then had to bring new ones in. America's like, yeah, you can follow that rule, and so can every other country in the world. But you know what? Get fucked. We do what we want. That's the shit that fucking pisses me off. I got no problem with doing what we're doing. I got a big problem with lying to everybody. Why can't we just go, we're doing this, cop it, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Huh? What are you going to do? At least be honest. At least let people know what world they live in, instead of letting them believe they live in some false fucking reality. Yeah, bro. Plum Island spun me the fuck out, bro. And it starts off with, oh, did you hear about this? Well, did you hear about the other 150 things that happened every fucking day after it? It's useless. I don't even, like, it got closed down eventually, but how it even fucking existed was beyond me. And even though it's closed down, it's still being used for bullshit. that they shouldn't be using it for. Hey, Tasman.
I found some cordyceps today. Julian asked me a while ago to find cordyceps gunny if I ever found it in the wild. And my girlfriend and I this afternoon were walking in her local bush reserve.
Yeah.
We fucking found 3 of them.
Walking in your missus' bush.
Yeah. Yeah. Always. Oh, I've got too much clothes for a fucking wash. Bullshit, man.
No,
Washing.
Not too much.
I gotta
This means
send
2.
2
Not too
loads,
much.
yeah.
Yeah, just do 2.
Hey,
Mon-
G'day, Monday. Yeah, I have to do 2. That's fucked. Oh. Anyway,
the rules for anthrax, Mark, or the rules for foot and mouth that exist in the world that every country has to abide by, or they get punished. America doesn't have to do it, and no one punishes them because they're the only ones who can dole out punishment. So they're not going to punish themselves. I forget where they moved that facility to now, Mark. But I don't think it's in a better place from memory. And the history of these facilities, it's almost like we are very hopeless at containing anything. Like even down the road, right? So we got a place here that when I was like 5 years old, there was an open day and you could go in there, and when you walk around in there, you go in one room, you all stand there, the door closes, gets spun shut, boom, another door open. It's like all hermetically sealed, and every room has airlocks and shit to try and stop, because it's a disease center, and it's trying to trap everything inside. Even the whole time that's been there, 40 odd years, things have escaped from there numerous times. How the fuck did that happen? We're not good at containing these things. Maybe we should do like gain of function research on ships in the middle of the ocean, and then if like something goes wrong, everyone on board just has to bite the bullet and die for humanity, and they just blow the boat up and sink it right there to the bottom of the fucking ocean. At least then that way there's not going to be no fucking bats and birds hanging around fucking, you know? Wow. Yeah, Plum Island, bro.
Guess what?
I wouldn't even call it an island, Monty. Like that's just taking the piss, Monty. Like that's taking the piss, literally taking the piss. If you're gonna build a facility and it's gonna be on an island, that island would want to be like 50 miles away from your country, not 500 meters away. And stupid. I think now it's a civilian thing. They closed it in 1996 maybe, or something like that. But how's this month? Before 96, yeah, it does look like, spits of, it looks like a low tidal area. There are other islands around it also. Just stupid. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, they walked into that island, right, when it was civilian, and there was still shit there from military. Just like remember Russia, how them fucking terrorists walked into some of the old Soviet states and they just found fridges, buildings with fridges, no power anymore, but open fridges, and there were nerve agents and other different bioweapons. Same thing happened on fucking Plum Island. They took their shit left and they left half the crap there in fridges, not even turned on. And when the next lot of people got there, they're like, "What's all this shit?" Like, "Oh, shh, don't tell no one. We'll get in trouble." And then when they clean that up, the civilians take over, whatever they do on that island now, and they have fucked up basically every 5 years since they took over. Like man, you watch movies like Outbreak and stuff like that, and you think, oh yeah, sealed rooms, all this shit's gonna keep it. Motherfuckers don't do shit, bro. It's like they get sick of putting the suit on or something. Boy,
Right. Yeah, I've seen a few things on it and stuff like that, mostly before it was military. And I think just after, for about like from 96 to 2000, when the civilians first took over, and there was a few little fuck ups and stuff with it. Some
yeah,
dude, I don't know whether that's how that dude who was anthrax and everybody got hold of his anthrax, actually.
I can't
In
remember,
the 2000. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't remember, but
No, it come from their labs. It did come from their labs.
yeah, because that was the site in America where you held those diseases. Yeah.
And probably made. And they had whole fucking like cattle, like a fucking indoors cattle yard and stuff like that, pig yard. Like they keep each animal there, fucking that they're testing on.
Here's something that spun me out, bro. After they infected all these and cows with foot and mouth, they killed them, right? The one that didn't die yet. They killed the one that hadn't died yet. They ate them. The base cooked them, and everybody ate them. And the guy's like, we know how this fucking sounds, and we know we're stupid for doing it, but that was the culture of the base.
That's how people got foot and mouth, isn't it, in England, by eating diseased meat?
Mad cow,
Mad
bro.
cow.
Mad cow.
Oh, that's mad cow. That's not foot and mouth, though, is it? Mad cow's not foot and mouth. Mad cow's fucking something like from feeding feeding cattle beef.
Yeah, pyrene.
Turn them into carnivores and that, and then it fucking acted like in the cow. It fucking makes them lose their nervous system. They don't know whether they're standing, fucking or whatever. They just get all like having an epileptic fit while they're standing up. They look like when they come down with mad cow disease, but people, it's fucking really bad death.
Yeah, but how's the culture? Like you said, we just cook these animals and eat them, and that was the culture of the base. Like the mess hall, the chefs, they just grab them diseased animals, butcher them up, and make meals.
But yet a farmer can't sell fucking cattle with foot and mouth or fucking sheep with foot and mouth disease on the market to people.
Yeah.
So how did they legally get to feed it to cunts?
Oh no,
that's
because
sick.
It wasn't legal. Like the guy said, he goes, we know that we shouldn't have been doing it, but this is just how the culture was on the base. It was almost like, yeah, I'll fucking eat that, and then after a while, it just became normal.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, trip, hey. You would not have caught me. I'd be bringing sandwiches every day. Oh, we got fucking free feed on in the mess today. Mrs. packed me a lunchbox. I'm good.
How'd they get them fucking things killed and slaughtered legally? Like fucking, they wouldn't have legally. That's just fucked.
Exactly.
That's some fucking sick shit.
Yeah, they just hid all this stuff on the base, bro, because it was like a free-for-all. They were cut off.
It's all right if you're fucking everybody's in. If everyone's under like aware of what's going on, right? You're like, oh, we all agree, yeah, let's kill it. We'll eat fucking thing, take the risk, right? But fucking like,
From
I don't
from
know
what
how
I
many
heard,
quarters or fucking fifths or ninths of the base or whatever, how it's divided up, like, but I'm sure it's compartmentalized, right? So you'd think a lot of that base would be unaware of what them cunts were doing with them cattle.
that's what I first thought. But the way he spoke, it was almost like, yeah, everyone knew, and it was like I said, it almost started like a dare at first, and then it just became normal.
Oh, so these cunts were all fucking happily eating them. So they did
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, they knew. Yeah, they let the
Well,
guy
that's on them then.
I know we were stupid for doing it, and we didn't get any.
That's on them
from it.
then. I don't really have a problem with that then, realistically. Like, fucking, that's their own risks.
Yeah,
Stupid
and
cunts.
that was just the guy at the base talking about his time there. You know, one
Yeah.
of the science guys. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why it's probably better to plead ignorant, be ignorant, all that fucking shit. Like, if we knew exactly what was going on, mate, the fucking shit wouldn't get done. World wouldn't be the way it is. Could be a good thing. I'd rather go back to an agrarian lifestyle than fucking this modern one.
The world being nice for everybody can be done, but we wouldn't even have mobile phones yet. We'd probably be getting up to cars, you know, internal combustion maybe.
And I don't think it will get that like nice, like compared to caveman days, yeah, but fucking not going to be nice compared to today. And like
I mean, nice, like enough food, enough shelter. You know, like you will still have to go about finding things, but there's going to be enough that your day is not about survival. But by doing that, you limit everybody, right? To
see, that sounds like communism. I'm not with that either.
There can't be groups of people that we can allow to just go run free and do whatever the fuck and come up with some cool shit and not have
see, that sounds like communism. So we're gonna hold people back so fucking they don't advance themselves quicker than fucking the lazy cunts down the road that won't fucking get off their ass in their free 10 minutes.
Yeah, for the sake of others, because you got to remember
that's communism.
For one man to be rich, millions of people have to suffer. So when the man creates a product and he sells it and people spend their money and he gets their money, no one made more money. People gave him.
Yeah, but he doesn't even need to make a product realistically. Like that one dude just being more of a go-getter and making his house look fucking spiffier and stuff is going to make his neighbours fucking jealous and shit. Like that's fucking. There's no individual freedom in fucking. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I'll fight the communism. Fuck that.
So when one person's got a lot of stuff, it means other people can't get that stuff, no matter how hard they try. Because there's no one creates it. It's already been taken. The amount is already there, and it's just now with him at the moment. And unless he spends it somewhere and it moves somewhere else, no one else is getting that either.
But realistically, like people didn't need to give him their wealth either, though. Like when you come up with a little gadget, what made everyone give up their money, they didn't have a choice then and not to give up their money for that gadget. So like I don't know, like fucking. Yeah, I don't know.
Everyone's money's going towards the basic stuff like food, gas, electricity.
Oh, the world's fucked at the moment. Fucking nice. It's just fucking hard to live at the moment. But fucking, that's because communism's been implemented worldwide, though. Like it is fucking new world order and fucking the shift of wealth is being implemented.
Because capitalism's been able to run free.
It should
have locked up a lot of money. Capitalism should be free, but people and their ability to exploit it should not be free. I still maintain we should only allow corporations to exist for 5 years. After 5 years, anyone in the world can make that product, and then that way everyone can get it. No one ever has a monopoly on it. It can never go out of the reach of people. But we don't do that because we think that he created it, so he should benefit from it for all of his life, even at the detriment of billions of other people. But it's hard to see that one man with billions of dollars is hurting billions of people. We just think, oh, he's just got lots of money, but the money came from people, and they don't have that money anymore.
Yeah, but they didn't need to have to give it up though for that gadget. It was a choice.
For their corn or for their, this is what I mean, like 20, 50 years ago, gadgets took our money. Now our money's just been taken on staying alive.
It's probably because of all fucking privatized shit.
This week, I bet majority of your fucking money went on paying for shit like feed for animals and gas, electricity, and other utilities, and this is where our money's gone now. And that used to be not where all our money went. Just a small part went. Then we had room for savings, and then room for money to blow. Yeah. On gadgets.
I think I'd rather blame fucking privatisation of our fucking state assets and that for that fucking thing.
That would definitely slow the roll. Like it would, if we had all the basic stuff looked after by government at cost, this system could last another 50 years or longer, because that spare money we can now spend on products that rich people want us to buy, and they'll be happy because their shares go up.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're struggling to just pay for fucking basic stuff.
And they're about to start punishing all solar fucking people with fucking too much solar. If you're exporting it onto the grid, you're going to start paying the company for making fucking electricity for them.
Crazy, isn't it? I don't know how people can say we have a lack of electricity, and then the companies that make electricity complain that there's too much electricity in the daytime.
Yeah, I watched a thing on that today, right? That fucking, when they were incentivizing solar and stuff like that, they had the chance to fucking put all the money they got from the solar and stuff back into the fucking upgrading the grid, which they didn't do. And now, because of a solar or something like that, it's gone back in the grid. It's not upgraded enough to fucking cope with that or some shit. And now they're going to start wanting to punish people. I think that's just a lie, but that's the way they're explaining it. Now punish us for making electricity. But fucking, how can they punish us like they should be paying us for their making electricity, which they're in fucking shortage of, apparently.
Yeah, so they talked about the punishment because when you boil water and fire up the turbine, what you do is you don't turn the boiler off. You just disengage the steam from the turbine. So you just bleed off a bit of steam and the turbine slows down a bit. You turn the generator, the turbine's running down. You drop the power, and that they have to manage all the time during the day for when the cloud goes past or the sun comes out. They have to manage turning that up and down all day long. Where at night time, they just basically leave it until a million people turn a heater on, then they go, oh shit, better turn it up. It used to be easy, but solar has made their job harder. It makes it that they have to watch it more often and turn it up and down more often. And that's why they want to penalise.
Yeah, I think they just sold that. I think the thing was, realistically, it was on the smart meter and how they're fucking charging us fucking per little kilowatt and exactly what is what. Whereas before they had to pay people to go around fucking individually checking their meters.
Did you see they had a thing on the smart meter last night? And the smart meter was created so they can find your peak usage, your hours of your day that you're using your peak, and then they can charge you more. So
yeah, exactly. Like before, you were just charged at a set rate, and now with the smart meter, they break it up into about 4 or 5 different things, like peak hour, fucking, and all that, and slow hour. And like, unless you're up at fucking 1 to 4, like you ain't getting cheap, fucking shit. And it'd be even worse if now they just change it to whatever when you're using that's the peak hour. Individually, just set to each person's peak hour to when they're using the fucking electricity to the house. That's fun.
So it was sold to us as you'll be able to monitor your electricity usage and use it use your
Use.
electricity at
Only if you
20%.
buy another little smart meter thingy.
Yeah, and then that's how it was sold to us. But it was given to us because companies wanted to work out when exactly you were using power, so they can charge you the most for it to get the most out of you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it is, isn't it? No, is it? It's nasty as fuck. Hey, just charging everybody fucking peak hour for whenever they're using it because that's when they use it at the house. Oh, that's your peak hour.
Yeah,
And you get charged at the maximum tariff because that's when you're using electricity to peak at your house.
And
That's bullshit.
And it's not a conspiracy. It's there is a documentary.
No, I watched the thing on it today. I was halfway through it.
Yeah, there's a documentary.
It was on a
ABC.
current affair or something. Yeah, it was on ABC. That's what it was. It was on ABC.
And they have all the paperwork of how and why companies wanted to implement these things. So they already have.
And yet we're not burning these companies down and forcing them off our shores yet. Why aren't we doing that?
It's amazing. Like I said, it's amazing that people with money can get away with all these things in life, and you run a red light and you're done.
Yeah. Rip. What can you do?
The little man, the roughly 7 billion of us are paying for every step and every breath we take, while the other 500,000 or billion are living off welfare given to them by us.
And that's because we're all fucking living on the dream of fucking cracking it lucky and getting to be one of those cunts.
That's right. It's sold to you as if you just tried hard, you could be one of these people that just doesn't have to do what they're told.
Yeah, but I'm not for communism either. Like, fucking hell, then there's no individuality and you can't express yourself and have your house fucking or car looking shiny or fucking bling it up a little bit because then fucking the neighbour gets jealous and it's not even.
Yeah, I'm not for.
Women aren't made equal either. So how do you stop jealousy and stuff like that within? Oh, that cunt got to sign the better looking women. Wife, where's mine?
Yeah, people yeah, there is different. Well, that's when you play within your wheelhouse. You know, if you're a 5, you go 2 below and 2 above. You don't go fucking 5 above. You know? Yeah, there's realities in the world, and people will always be sort of individuals. Not really, but sort of. Basically, we're all the fucking same, but we do have some individual characteristics. But for me, as far as I'd want to take what you'd want to call communism, it would be more like socialism. I just think that resources should be nationalised, that a country's people should benefit from those resources. Any money from them should be paid into the country for medical and whatever other stuff to take burden off people, and then any spare money they get, they can spend it in other places in the country or the world. You know? And the only thing that will change is there won't be one guy with billions or hundreds of billions of dollars. There'll just be billions of people with thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know?
Yeah.
And that's better because people spend money. Billionaires don't. They sit on their money.
They do.
I don't know how you're going to make it even though, still, because like not everyone's even in their work skills and jobs like that. So you can pay engineers like fucking the same as fucking.
Even the harsh word. Even like.
See, that's what communism fucking
Even in the way of your home and your power and your water and.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Like fucking basic living standards, I'm all for, right? But that's still not going to stop that in person becoming a billionaire and having a shit tin of being. Like you can't stop people being a greedy cunt and hoarding money.
But
or maybe you can by putting regulations in there. Maybe you can stop it fucking.
When they put in a time limit, When they're
he's
trying
not
to
going,
put a time limit on
not
money
going
or
to
something, you go.
he's not going to be able to create billions of dollars off any resource in our country. He can only
Maybe
create.
if we force them, like if you've got over a certain amount of money, you have to invest that into fucking the society somehow, like into improvements,
He could
and then they
only
have to be
create.
fucking.
He could only create his wealth if he came up with a good idea. So I'm against people exploiting nations' resources for personal wealth. That those billionaires need to fuck off. Like Bill Gates, he came up with a computer. Fair enough. He's not like he probably is now, but back then he didn't own coal and he didn't own water and he didn't own gas and fucking everything. You know, he probably does all that shit
So he
now.
just used a gadget to get himself in the position to do that shit, though. So how do you stop him?
But if our government is running all that, the billionaire can never buy it because
Yeah, they
it's always,
can't get themselves into that position. All they can do is come up with gadgets.
it's always nationalized.
Yeah.
So the only way
Yeah.
people can get rich is if they come up with something that we don't have. Huh? I just don't
Government
like the
should be
idea of
subsidising
people-
farmers in Australia then too. So fucking we can't have fucking Bill Gates just buy all Australian farmland and shit and lock it up, starve cunts.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't be land should not be able to be bought by any one person, massive swathes of land either.
Or corporations. No.
Yeah, that needs to be something else that you like nationalize. That's like land is for farms and for fucking houses and that's it. Yeah, like or look at a mine here and there, obviously, but fucking yeah, you wouldn't go.
Subsidised farmers. If farmers were subsidised, right? So they were told you grow these things, or we pay you not to grow it this year and stuff because there's enough on the market, or fucking whatever. How America's works and stuff like that. You'd probably have a lot less cunts selling up to fucking big people, but still, it didn't stop him making fucking gains there, did it? But I don't know what the reasons are. People sell out. Did he have just that much money from?
When a farmer buys land, he's still paying like land rates and taxes on his land and all this shit every year,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I pay rates.
Right?
I pay
So
rates 100.
if you buy a farm and you're producing food for the country, you should not be paying anything for that land. You're paying for the food to feed the animals, and then the government buys the food from you and it goes in the fucking supermarket.
That'd be good.
That's where your money should be coming from. And you shouldn't have to worry about paying land tax for doing something that benefits the people of the country.
Yeah. That's so true. There you go.
There's ways to do things, but then, you know, like when you do give someone that dispensation, because they are doing something like that, some greedy cunt will come along and word it
Yeah,
in a
you know
way,
it's going to be a rich cunt sucking because he can't break the billions. Yeah,
word it in a way that it'll make it sound like he needs to have that special dispensation for him as well for whatever.
Surely it's got to be easier to say no to some fuckhead like that than it's easier to then no to fucking millions of people.
Yeah, and we need to be able to do that. We need to be able to tell people no. That's not good for everybody. It might be good for you, but it's not good for everybody. So you're not going to be doing it. I'm sorry. And people think that that's like, oh, now you're controlling people. But we have to tell people sometimes that they can't do things if they're not for the good of everybody. You know? You can't damage people or people's things just so you can have money.
Yeah.
If you're going to damage people and people's things, all those people need to get money. Look, these are far out, ideas and shit, but like we don't have too many systems in our world. We've got what? Feudalism, dictatorship, monarchies, democracies, republics, communism, socialism. And for some reason, we don't like all the other ones.
The communisms are broken up into 3 or 4 fucking things too: Maoism, Marxism, and fucking Leninism, Stalinism.
Socialism is basically communism.
Yeah, you can put them into a broad umbrella, but they all got little fucking idiosyncrasies about each one that makes them fucking queer and different to the next.
But we went through these systems, and we're in this one now, and it's doing all right. Doesn't mean we have to
Yeah,
stay
and
with it.
also the countries that chose fucking communism and that also roped in like Vietnam. Now you could like they've got an economy that's more like a capitalist economy, but like everything's like we're like socialist government owned in fucking the country,
National.
like fucking nationalized and that. But yet their fucking export and import thing is more like a capitalist thing. So like because they like through the 80s or something, I think they went pretty stagnant and stuff like that. So they started opening up through the 90s and that. And they've sort of worked out a fine balance between the two, capitalism and communism, socialism. Fucking
And I think that's what we need to do. I mean, I love capitalism. I love how fast it is. It brings us things so quick, but at the expense of others. But it does work. I think we just need to curtail a little bit. We obviously need to get rid of corporations before they become world entities and circumvent governments and become the things that
see, the
rule the
only
world.
socialist thing Australia kept was Centrelink.
Yeah, all our social programs are they're socialist. Yeah.
Yep.
So we're not really capitalists. The moment you bring
No, we were all like. I actually liked it. So, like when Australia had fucking when everything was nationalised as well. Like that was a little bit of socialism within our capital world. Like and it ran nicely. Like when our dollar was worth more than fucking the US dollar. Until we fucking entered fucking until G20 met, I think it was, or G8, G7, something like that. And they got like I think it's when all nations meet actually, because fucking in '86 when they finally put tariffs on us and stuff after a G100 meeting or something like that, because a lot of third world countries didn't have a vote back then, and they were able to get the monopoly on the vote through fucking political pressure and stuff in the world. We started getting slapped with a whole heap of tariffs and stuff like that on our exports.
Dude, I was watching.
And ever since, they will not sit that fucking. Every time that fucking G100 will go to sit the new vote, America walk out because they know like a whole heap of third world countries since have got the vote since and they know it will change as soon as that goes through and America walk out before the fucker votes.
You see the election results in England.
Yeah. Labour in power. We'll see whether that changes anything.
It's just a laugh, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Who was in power just over a decade before? Oh, it was Labour. And then for a decade before that, who was in power? Oh, it was what they call themselves, Tories or whatever.
Tories, yeah, Tories.
It's the exact same thing. It's like they just had 12 years of shit again, and they're like, no, what we'll do, we'll switch back to these people that we had 12 years ago for 10 years that we were unhappy with. Maybe somehow better this time.
Yeah, they promised us it'll be better this time.
Dude, I'm not like super old, but I'm old enough to have seen this repeat so many times, and it's just the same thing, and I just don't understand how people aren't going, holy shit, this is so fucked up. We really need to change things around. Yeah. Two parties, man. Yeah.
I don't see how the English people are going to be happy in the next 10 years either, because like fucking Labor's not going to able to swing around the world's economy and stop fucking whatever this fucking bullshit crisis of living shit that's sweeping the world, which is a redistribution of wealth, probably.
No.
So their lives aren't going to get any better over the next 10 years. So they'll be voting Labor out before any of their policies they could fucking implement. have fucking fully got a chance to be implemented. Liberal come in, overturn everything. They're Tories. Like here. It goes nowhere, and then they're whinging about each other not doing something fucking decades before.
Yeah.
When it needed to be done.
Fucking Americans. You motherfuckers, we should just hurry up and get this done already. Does it even happen this year or is it next year?
The election.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know whether it's near the end of the year or at the start of next year. It's a long run up, I know that.
Well, I know they campaigned for 2 years, but I thought it was like maybe September they were voting. Just fucking hurry up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the inauguration's at the end of the year, and they have some form of like it's after Independence Day. Well, not like it's in the last half of the year, I swear. You know. So we'll fucking have to wait. Oh, I've got some edibles. I'm gonna. You go.
I want to see what happened here. You know, like, the amount of crap that I see, it's insane. Like, yeah, okay, Donald Trump's a bit of a fucking nitwit, but the things people are saying about him and what he's going to do to the country, he didn't do it in his first term. What makes you think he's going to do it now?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
People are going so crazy. It's almost like they think it's going to be the end of the world if that man wins. And even if it's not, they should make that day the end of the world if their guy doesn't win.
Yeah, I don't get it.
See how angry they sound. It's like,
Do you know what?
You got people who are going, oh, I give up already because Trump's doing well in the polls. They've got to just give up on life.
Do you know what I was going to say? It's not even that there's so much bad that could go wrong. People just refuse to look at the good that he did do when he was in power. And like I was talking to my girlfriend about this, and there's nothing wrong with my girlfriend, but I'll give you an example. She didn't know who Julian Assange or Edward Snowden was. Nothing wrong with that. But also she doesn't really like Trump because she doesn't really look into politics, and only her parents really tell her all this sort of stuff. But I'm sure she's made up her own mind. She has looked into it. But I was telling her like so many statistics about like all the shit that Trump's done. He helped raise the employment level, secured the border. I won't go into it, but we know that there's a lot of things that Trump did when he was in office or whatever. He raised the dollar, the US dollar, the economy was going well. We're not going to get into it. The point is like some people, what were we even talking about? I'm pretty stoned. I fucking lost train of thought. Oh, fuck, that's annoying. Anyway, what were we talking about? I can't remember.
To me, it's almost like they're becoming so decisive, so bad with their language that it's like they want the two sides, or it's not sides, it's just people, but it's like they're trying to create sides. You're either a Democrat or a Republican, and if you don't win, we should just have a big all-out fucking fight, like a war, civil war. This is like the way people's words are going. It's sounding like, oh, look, if my guy don't win, I'm shooting the whole fucking country up and we're taking it. It's not what your country is about. Like,
yeah, it doesn't work that way. Why would you do that?
They just had that Civil War movie released over there too, so that's fucking fresh in the head. So that's probably fucking why a lot of Civil War fucking rhetoric's being used as well, because of that movie pumping fucking everybody up.
yeah.
Guess what, guys?
Psyop. They create the shit though. Like, is that a psyop by fucking some cunt to create Civil War when it goes wrong? And by releasing, why release that movie so close to elections and stuff like that when everyone's already kicking up stink and being so decisive as it is to be divisive?
Well said. Guess what? No, I found mushrooms on my girlfriend's front lawn. We were washing her car yesterday. It was so good. Continuing the conversation, I just wanted to say that. 2 fat, huge suburginosa. Psychedelic mushrooms on her front lawn. I was like, what the fuck? She was like, no way, they're legit. But they had worms in them, otherwise I would have eaten them in front of her. It would have been funny.
Hey,
Continue
Steve.
talking about politics.
Yeah, Frumpy.
Oi, Julian, you're in the chat. I picked
Yeah,
some
I've been doing
cordyceps
it.
for you. I was on a walk and I found cordyceps gunny. Fucking long black fucking one. Goes under the ground a lot. It's fucking cool.
There you
Yeah.
go, Jonah.
Long on chat. But yeah. Mushrooms, 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 mushrooms.
Hey, did you look at a heat pump hot water service month?
Yeah,
You did have a look. What do you reckon?
a little bit of one. Fucking interesting. I wonder whether it's similar to like works the same way as the fucking. Because I don't know whether they call it. Have you seen that new heater thing they call a heat pump as well?
Yeah, well,
It looks like a split system to me, and I don't know what the difference is
I got a
between a split
question,
system
Monty.
and
This is
a heat
legit.
pump.
I've got a question. I did in grade 10. I did work experience with an electrician who was working for Sackett Services, right? And he was what's the word? Fucking an electrician and a plumber qualified, and he was doing air conditioning unit installations and services. And I think he was making a joke that Tasmanians call air conditioning units heat pumps, even though they're not even heat pumps. But the point, my question is, like, a heat pump's actually a different thing because in Tassie we've got that's all they call them. They only call them like there are air conditioning units, but like you know what I mean. Like they call them heat pumps.
Heat pump is basically an air conditioner. So an air conditioner will have a reservoir of compressed gas. The gas
Yep.
is released into pipes. It expands in the pipes and cools the pipes. Air pushes past the pipes, and that's where your cold air comes from, expansion of the gas. In the hot water service, it works backwards. So the heat goes into a liquid that's in the pipe. So even if it's 20 degrees, for some reason, that liquid would be like 40 or 50. And it just wraps around your hot water service and it'll heat your hot water up like that. And then inside, it has a pump because it has to compress the fucking liquid again or whatever, so it can be re-expanded. But then it also has an element, so if for some reason it doesn't meet the temperature you want, it'll
That's
use
what
a
I
bit
thought. I'd heard that it has a little element to heat it again afterwards because it doesn't only heat it to a certain temperature.
Yeah, so if the heat pump doesn't take it all the way to where you want, that element will use electricity to heat it the rest of the way.
Yeah, so you're going to be so it's going to be like
Separate
electric.
units.
He was using 1 kilowatt a day, and he had a 415 litre hot water service, 4 kids, missus.
1 kilowatt. That's not bad, then, is it?
But that's in like spring and summer. I didn't see what his winter
Spring and
time.
summer. Ooh, winter then.
I didn't see what winter was like. But these things work in cold environments. Like when I first heard about it, I'm like, fuck, I live in Victoria, bro, as if that shit's going to work. And then I've seen where they put it. I'm like, oh, okay, it'll work. Yeah. So basically 70% of the year, it'll still work in Victoria.
70% of the year.
Yeah.
So
for
that leaves
30%,
3 months.
I'm going to have to supplement a little bit of electricity. But 70%
Yeah.
of the time, it should just be running off the atmosphere. And if I lived up, say, New South Wales, Queensland, you're looking at basically you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to be used electricity.
So what?
Really.
It just sits in an auto mode, does it? So it won't actually be running like a fucking aircon would be or whatever, fucking all the time or fucking majority of the time, and only a little bit turning off. Like it'll only turn on every now, like fucking for those 3 months of the year, that 30%. So that just sit
Yeah,
stationary. So
Yeah, basically. And you got like 3 to 4 modes on it that you can pick. So you got like, your eco mode. Like, and you got one where you can just turn it into, it'll just run off electricity. You won't even use the heat pump if you don't want it. It's got another one where
What's this for? What are you talking about?
hot water service. Heat pump hot water service.
Fuck, you must be bored if you're talking about water heaters. What's going on?
Oh no, I scared the dog with my laugh. Oh no, I scared the dog with my laugh. Fuck,
Well,
that's
so-
sad.
Victoria's just phasing all that out, all gas, hot water. So you got to change eventually. And no new houses are allowed to be built with new gas water.
gas fittings and shit. I've seen that. Yeah, that's
so
fucked.
You got to.
And right now with
We've
the
got a whole
rebate,
heap of rebates going on here in the state and stuff.
they can get it for free.
Solar,
I
heat
think
pumps.
if you bought one that was like $5,000, you probably end up paying like a couple $100 for installation, maybe.
Yeah, we got the
$3,000
Tesla
one.
Powerwall, the Powerwall
Yeah.
2 or whatever the fuck it is. That was a government thing, though. They fully incentivized that. So it only cost them like $7,000 for the battery when they bought the house. They got it fixed, all the solar panels. Fucking laughing. But now get this, the electricity company, instead of paying you credit for having excess electricity putting back into the grid, they're going to charge you to store the electricity instead, bro, so they stop having to pay credit to people, which is fucked up. That's really fucked up. How can they do that shit? And people are just like, okay.
Because they didn't invest over the last 16 years since they started incentivizing solar. They didn't fucking invest into the fucking grid to be able to cope with everybody. Obviously, they didn't expect anybody to fucking turn to solar or something. Fucking, or just lazy cunts hoarding money, realistically.
If I get another 2 kilowatts, maybe 3 kilowatts of solar, I can just run my own grid.
Fucking oath. Just use the what's it called? Thermal mass batteries, bro. Use them. They're cool.
I got batteries, I just need more. I got wind turbines and shit, but I don't.
Wait, did you see that link that I dropped when I rolled up?
No.
Alright, check this out. So you go to this website. If you go to moneysmart.gov.au/find unclaimed money, you put your name in there, bro. Over the years, if you've got any super accounts you've forgotten about, any money left in old bank accounts you don't know about, it's all on there, bro. All your information will be there. So you might put your name in there and find, oh fuck, I got $5,000 sitting there, bang, sorted, lad. So over all the years they created this thing. So let me quickly share my screen. I'll show you.
There used to be one that was just called findmysuper.com.
Bank accounts, life insurance, lost shares, bro, the whole lot. Yeah. But no.
I want to know how my little Dolomite account's going, mate. That's got racked up some interest.
Put your name in the machine, Monty, and you'll find it, bro. I'm just sharing it backstage there, PTP.
No. Oh, yeah, I see. That thing.
Legit thing. It's the government that set it up. So you just put your fucking name in there, for example. Yeah, let's go. Don't even ask me. But look at this, right? So you got all these, you find your initials, you know if it's your account or not, because it's going to have your fucking address on it anyway. But have a suss at this. There's like $600 there or whatever. Let's do another one. Don't ask why I'm doing this name. But see, look, 5,000 banking group just sitting there unclaimed. 11,000, 55,000 Commonwealth Bank of Australia, 339,000, bro, Commonwealth Bank of Australia, People are sitting there and they don't even realize they've got money put away, bro. So if you got an old bank account, you forgot the details too. You can't remember how to get into it. You got shares you've invested in, don't know the account details to that either. All that information is going to be registered there. So old supers too. So check it out. It's free money.
Yeah.
But I got to go to that lad's house. It's got the fucking 300,000 just sitting there like, ting, ting, ting. Put the belly on. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Ripperoni. Bong on.
Let's go and grab a drink.
Bong on PTP. I still can't believe I found 2 mushrooms on my girlfriend's front lawn. And then in her nature reserve, in her local nature reserve, I found 3 cordyceps. They're all fucking good. Only picked 2 though.
Cordyceps.
Gunny, the one you wanted me to find.
You got photos?
Yeah, I sent it to you on Messenger and Facebook and fucking what's it called? Instagram.
They're worth like $600 for fucking 100 grams of that shit. So if you cultivate it at home, which the spores are really hard to come by, if you cultivate that at home, bro, you're laughing. And it's legal.
I just got it in a brown paper bag at the moment. Yeah, we'll find it everywhere around Tassie. But when I pulled it out, my girlfriend was there with me, and she's like, "Don't touch it with your bare hands." But I pulled it out of the ground, and it was like 30 centimeters long. It's fucking huge.
Right.
Yeah, I got it sitting there. It might have been less than 30 centimeters, but it was fucking long. 30 centimeters, probably exaggeration. Actually. And Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, wow, you did too. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, really? That's
so
good.
for the people, yeah, dead man's fingers. Oh, yeah, that's gunny, right?
Yeah.
The people that don't know, that is the Australian. That's the Australian variant. So that's our native species of cordyceps, and it's a lot stronger than militaris or the other ones that are used around the world in supplements and shit. These are next level.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, they call them dead man's fingers. It's another name for them. Because sometimes you'll see a whole bunch of them just sticking out the ground.
Yeah. Where I live, I see them all like that, like coming out the ground like hands. But where her dad's like, "You better not pick them. Their black sounds poisonous." It was fucking hilarious.
They're really fucking
That's what I said. I said, no, it's legit. You can eat it. Chinese medicine. He's like,
they're very rare.
Very rare. There's like 4 there out in the wild.
I'd go pick them all, bro, and then clone them.
Well,
or send them
2 of them
to J, mate. Send them to J.
I'll send you the ones I've got. 2 of them I left in the ground because they weren't as big as the ones that we've got now. But yeah, I've got no use for them. I'm happy you wanted them, so I'm happy to send them to you. But what's even the point of them?
Cultivate them, and then
I'd love to see them be cultivated.
Make
they
supplements
look cool,
like little gummies and shit, bro. It's a supplement. It's an alternative to coffee. So if you're a heavy caffeine drinker in the mornings, whether it's tea, coffee, energy drinks, you fucking have a cup of this just mixed into your coffee or your Milo, bro. You'll have a way better day. And you won't get the crash
I'd love to.
you get from caffeine as well.
So, like, what I've got there, how are you going to get the spores? It looks like I got 2 that you could get spores from.
Don't need the spores.
And they're just
because you've already got a fucking one that's like whole. You can just cut a little section of that off and drop it on a petri dish, and off it goes.
But isn't the one that I've got going to dry? Because I can't keep it. I don't have a petri dish. It's fucking in a hot room now.
Either way, even if it's dry, bro, there'll still be spores on it. So
yeah,
it's gonna be dope. Trying to cultivate this thing. See, there's gonna fucking
you'll be able to. You'll love it.
Like a 5-year-old on Christmas.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I didn't send him any photos. Just sent it to you. because I know you messaged me about it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I had 3 screwballs earlier. A few
What
bongs.
those?
I watched the Nate Diaz
Oh,
fight.
screwball.
Lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nate is. I think Nate Diaz is finished, bro. He's fucking done. Like as soon as I seen this lad, Mazadov or whatever, walk out, bro, and he's got the bare knuckle shit on, I'm like, oh, he's finished. He's finished. Done for. Composure's everything. But had 3 screwballs, few bongs, watched the fight, and just passed the fuck out. I was out cold. Gone. I woke up like half an hour ago.
Oh, no wonder.
Made Lucy some dinner, and now I'm going to sort myself out. But yeah.
Well, I'm gonna hop off now because I've got to have a shower and my fucking washing's all done. So I might put the second load on, and because my vape's dead, so I'm gonna wait for it to charge. And yeah, so have a good night, you guys. It's good to see
Peace,
PTP's probably still got a bit to drink. It's good to see Monty as well. Shout out to you, Julian. It's good to see you too. And ladies and gentlemen in the chat, make sure you hit that like button. And I'll see you all next time. I hope you have a good night, you guys.
Peace,
Bye.
bro.
Up.
See you in the next one.
And then there were 3. Why are you guys always hiding? Use a camera shy, insecure. What is it? Talk to me.
None of the above. Right?
Don't you fucking lie to me, Monty. Tell me what it is.
Where's the Tasman?
No, I don't know. I don't know. Like realistically, I probably think people just don't want to see my face up there the whole time. Like I don't know. Like
I disagree. What does chat reckon? Does chat probably doesn't give a fuck, to be honest. They don't care. But what do you reckon?
Did Tassie get a call?
No, he's got to go have a shower and put a second load of washing on, I think he said.
No.
So.
Hey, Marshall. Hey, Kush.
Well, I'm pretty sure the Prime Minister for New Zealand's on cocaine.
What was that?
Huh?
so you first, Monty.
I said what?
What'd you say before that? You said something else.
I did say something now that's gone. I'm not doing anything to show the viewers, so I think that's probably why I had the camera off.
With the camera, yeah. I said I think the Prime Minister for New Zealand's on cocaine.
I don't even know who it is. Ever since she quit.
It's a she. Yeah,
she was. Oh, it's another one. Why they locked them down there?
Might have been the old one, the one that locked New Zealand down hardcore. But she was on the Charlie, bro. She was on the fucking Charlie. I was watching old clips of people like recording her coming out before the conferences, and she's like doing these ones. And then boom, you just see her eyes like, and she's like they're fluttering and that. You're like, oh fuck, she's on her tits. Like damn. Yeah, it's got that cocaine song playing in the background. I love that song. It's a good song.
Marshall. There we go. Now it's everyone.
Hey, there he is. Monty.
Jay, mate.
I thought that was Big Boy Kush for a sec. He fucking how did he get up there?
He hacked.
I think it's clandestine cocaine. It's the one. Yeah, play this up, PTP.
Everything's got fentanyl in it, Kush. Pipes have got fentanyl in them.
Yep. What else they say? Fucking.
This is a slow one. Where's the actual one?
Je lui ai dit, elle me donne. Je suis pas celle que tu crois.
Yeah, this chick's got a nice
Aucun
voice.
cabron ne m'a touché. À part toi, caballero, non, personne ne m'a touché. Tu m'as trouvée assise toute seule, comme dans le vide. J'avais l'air triste ou net, et ça tombe bien, t'as les épaules solides. Un peu de réconfort, tu m'as parlé d'apprendre à quel point j'ai souffert. Je suis une enfant de la guerre qui cache ses sentiments à des milliers de pieds sous terre. La cocaïne a pris ma famille. Je suis une clandestine, amie. Et je lui ai dit, aime-moi, prends-moi.
But yeah, no, there's a faster version to that. But basically had like a series of the New Zealand Prime Minister just walking out on show, like doing these ones, but and then fucking cocaine. I was like, oh, fuck, that dope little song. But yeah. What do you lads got on tonight? It's fucking Sunday, eh? Still?
Yeah, first day of the week. First day of the week.
First day of the week. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
There you go. It's fucking Sunday. It's my favourite day of the week. Hey?
Who's going to start collecting mercury and build a banana?
What's that?
Of a banana flying machine. Indian flying machine.
A flying machine? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Wait,
And
you know that hook girl? That fucking spit on that thing, bitch? Marian gematria calculator. You go get all the letters and that to her first and their last name. You add it up. It's 666. Yeah, bro. Yeah, Sumerian gematria. That's a pastor's daughter, bro. Corrupted.
So they've had to build the engine in the Vedas, and
wait, all those buildings, they're mechanical. They're not buildings, bro. They're ships. I'm sure of it, bro. I'm sure of it. They walk up and they're like spinning the concrete and all that shit. Shaped like a rocket.
It's like anti-gravity. You can build basically whatever as long as you put the engine in it.
Yeah. I seen this bloke. What he done is he pulled out. Hold up. Hang tight. I saved the photo. You're gonna love this PTP.
And the other one is that engine I was telling you, Monty, that guy seen 2 UFOs at the air show. That engine design is known. You can build it. And again, I ain't seen no one flying one around on YouTube. And anyone who does the Mercury, the best I ever seen was some dude put them in a bowl and hook some wires up to it and spun around. Two installs.
You're looking at them.
Fucking YouTuber installed a gasoline engine in his Tesla so he could drive 1,600 miles without charging it. So not only is he getting the benefit from the electric component, he's charging the cunt while he's driving it to make it more. That's the most cookest thing I've ever seen. It's a good effort.
You can run your house cheap.
And did you know, lads, fun fact, did you know margarine is one molecule away from being plastic? It shares 27 ingredients with paint. Look, margarine, lads. Yeah, I just eat butter. I've had margarine before.
So back in the day, margarine, I heard about margarine and butter, and it was some health thing, and they said margarine will make you go blind, and butter will give you a heart attack. And I was like, well,
what's the other one? Canola oil. Canola oil is bad for you too. Like they spray that shit. You don't want to be
most seed oils are not that great. Yeah.
I think any commercial oil, in fact,
The ones we use. Yeah, and they're not meant for cooking. You're meant to eat it raw.
Yeah, I don't know how they convinced us to start eating engine oil, but I can't remember how far back it goes.
I can remember the fucking margarine and canola oil pushes, health pushes.
Canola is huge down here. 20 minutes from here, there's just fields of yellow flowers.
Yeah,
I want to catch one of them betongs and fucking cook it on a fire. Bro, I was watching that. I'm like, oh, going extinct. I'm like, well, fuck me. I'm like, wonder what one tastes like, bro. And how many people have had the opportunity, other than native peoples, to fucking have a feast on one of them? You know, I'd eat one. Would you? If that, that's what the fact that they're endangered. If they weren't endangered, would you eat one? One of the betongs, if you could catch it, bro, be a good hunt.
This little animal that you shown before.
Yeah, the betong, bro. Do you remember?
Probably just tastes like a rabbit.
Yeah, is my audio fixed now?
Yeah, it just went louder. It was okay. It just went louder.
Oh, was it? Oh, fuck. Too loud?
Olive oil is too kush, but you just can't cook with it. It's not a high temp oil. You should just be eating it out the, like as it is out the bottle.
Yeah, olive oil is only good for RSO.
Cook with butter as long as when you warm the butter, it doesn't change color. Like, once you burn it, it's shit. So you can cook like eggs in butter at real low heat.
Cook them in water, or you don't even have to cook them in butter.
If you want to cook something in high heat, use lard, like beef fat, lard type shit. They have high temperature, and they don't change into things that are bad for you.
Yeah, no shit. There you go. Why nobody invites me camping? Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh, you right? You right there, PTP? Fuck, mate. You got to get off the bongs, bro. You got to start vaping. Better for you. It's healthier.
Bong didn't pull properly. A little bit stayed in the bottom of the cone when I popped the shotty. Didn't give me the right fucking. Got to be perfect or I'll cock it.
Fragile.
Well, extra virgin olive oil is best for the arteries. I'd argue dandelion's better. But,
A lot of sunflower. A lot of people use sunflower oil. Something like nearly 90% of all sunflower, or just over 90% of sunflower.
Nah, there's something wrong with sunflower oil. Can't remember what it is. There's sunflowers himself.
Comes from Ukraine, world's largest exporter of sunflower.
Do you know there's these lemurs, bro? There's these fucking these lemurs. I can't remember if they're in Madagascar or something, but what they do is they grab these fucking millipedes, and these millipedes, they produce toxins, and cyanide's one of the toxins that they produce. And what these lemurs do, bro, is they grab these fucking millipedes, they're giant cunts, big red ones, and they chew them, bro. They chew on them, and what the effect is from chewing these millipedes is they start salivating hardcore, so they're drooling, and they're they're fucked up, bro. They're getting off their chops. But yeah, what else they do is because of the cyanide.
Rub it all over themselves too.
They're rubbing it all over their fur and shit, bro. And why are they doing that? It's an insecticide, bro. They're stopping the mosquitoes,
Keeps the fucking mosquitoes away.
all that other shit. Yeah, yep. And you know what? Fucking, if you got a problem with mosquitoes in your area, plant a bunch of companion plants that attract dragonflies, because one dragonfly can wipe out 15,000 mosquitoes a day. That's what dragonflies are good for, mosquitoes. So if you got a problem with them in your area, you live down by the river or something, get some plants that they like and attract some fucking dragonflies, because they're your best friend.
Remember seeing them little fuckers for the first time, climbed up in a tree, getting ready for bed.
What's that, a lemur?
Got his couple of millipedes with him. He's like looking at it like, I don't want to fucking eat this fucking thing. And he's like, whack, whack, had to crack at its head. First couple
Just
bites.
something about millipedes, eh?
And then he's munching into it, and you just see him slowly getting smashed. And the dude's talking about how they started using it for insect repellent, and then found out that it got them high. Yeah, maybe it was the other way around. Maybe they were getting high and it'd be, fuck, they're not biting me when I'm smashed.
Yeah, I wouldn't fucking eat those millipedes, bro. They're like one of the only animals that can get away with it for some reason. And you see them drooling, bro, like these cunts.
Think they've been doing it for so long.
Sounds hectic. PTP, get off the backy, sir. Put some tissue.
Can it build up in the body cyanide, or is it one of the ones that you fucking...
You can get rid of cyanide, and I forget what it is that does it. I think I've got something around here on hand, or there's something that people have in their house.
No, Jay, mate. Go for yellow. No, I don't know about that, BBK. Yellow's a bit of a happy colour. And we're in winter, I'm trying to match the vibes.
Most millipedes I've ever picked up, they definitely don't look. Fuck.
Fucking millipedes stink, cunt.
Yeah, they stink.
Fucking. Did you know, bro? Did you know that only fucking 3% of people can smell ants? Did you know that?
What?
Yeah,
really?
Bro. There's a whole bro. There's people that can't smell ants, bro. And I'm like, bro, straight out. There's, bro, we're part of 3% of people that can smell ants. There's a whole bunch
can
of
you
people.
smell ants?
Can you smell ants, BTP?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. No, I'm not wrong, bro. I'm not wrong.
That's wrong.
It's rare as fuck. It's rare as fuck, bro. Trust me.
One hell of a coincidence.
Of people can smell ants.
And when you squash them, you smell them even more.
Yeah, bro. 100%. 20% of people, apparently. So only 20% of people can detect the odor of ants. The other 80%, nothing. They couldn't smell ants. And
so we've got 5 people up on the panel. One of us wouldn't be able to smell
one of the people. My granddad's one of the people. He's like, people can smell
ants.
He can't
smell ants.
What? He can't smell them. No, he can't smell them, bro. Yeah, because I'm like, what? I'm like, I can smell them. He's like, fuck off, you can't. I said, I can smell ants. And he's like, no, you can't. I'm like, what the fuck? Bro, there's people out here that can't smell ants, lad. I'm like, holy fuck. Imagine having, not having the ability to smell them.
What were their ancestors doing? Fucking hell.
I don't know, bro. We must have been eating
You think everyone should be able to smell ants, right? That's something you needed to have fucking known and to avoid back in the day. Some things, mate. You don't want to be sleeping on an ants nest.
That's when you knew, that's where you smell that, you grab your stick, lick it between your lips, jab it in the hole, pull it out, put it back in your mouth.
It's to do with a receptor in the brain. So we're more evolved, bro, because we can smell them and other people can't. Crushed ants. Yeah.
My cunts would have went hungry in hard times.
They reckon 80% of people have no internal dialect either. That's
They
scary.
wouldn't have been licking a stick and fucking poking him down the hole and making ants bite on and fucking eating ants.
That's got to be wrong, yeah. That's got to be wrong, Steve. Everyone has to have an inner voice. Everyone.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of bots out here, bro. And you think about this new
Oh,
generation,
what?
how
Bullshit.
distracted. Yeah,
80%.
that's scary, bro.
80%. And
Yeah,
no
I was
internal.
stressing
What
about
the
the
fuck?
ants thing. I was stressing about the ants thing, bro, but that's scarier, bro.
There
Yeah,
are
What
no,
the fuck? That is
dialects going
scary.
on. That no
there are no
self-reflection,
NPCs, Jules. There are no NPCs.
just vessels.
It's
This is getting like intense,
fully
bro.
NPCs out there.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Everyone.
80% of people are NPCs, apparently. Like, what the
Well, no,
fuck?
just maybe think about it, bro, in terms of this, like all the cunts that are distracted and can't sit down and think clear thoughts. Maybe there's no dialogue, it's just fucking
Well,
like a
would
radio
suggest,
trying to tune itself all the time. You know
I
what I
would
mean?
suggest
I don't know whether people want to admit it or something. Like, I don't know. Like, because I out like young kids and stuff. Like, and because I was like, don't you have that fucking voice inside your head telling you don't do that or fuck whatever or argue with. And like, I've asked people before, and some people have answered no. And that, I'm like, what? No, you're fucking lying. And I thought maybe they just didn't want to answer because they think I think they're crazy or something.
Yeah, and it's crazy, bro,
Maybe
because
people
people.
don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's scary if there is 80% of people don't.
How do you hear your thoughts without anything being spoken? What are you listening with?
Well, it's more like so if you're not actively thinking through a problem or a scenario or whatever you're encountering, you'll feel something that will kick off those chain of events. You have a gut feeling or something. But if you're got a problem or something in front of you, that's where your inner voice for everybody
Yeah, like
should be.
survival situations, bro. That's when that shit kicks in.
The other one inside that says about good or bad or whatever, it's the same voice. It's just measuring it another way. You still get to make that choice. It's just giving you the options.
Mm.
But I thought that
maybe it's just like the chaos from all the external factors has just shut that voice down, or it's so quiet they can't hear it. But you know what I mean?
I would
like, could you imagine living in New York, bro? Like, imagine being like Monty. Picture you're in the country your whole life. You wake up one morning, you've just woken up in the middle of New York, bro, and you're like, what the fuck? You'd have an anxiety attack. It freaks you out 100%. You go from like that to that, be skids.
I
like
would
that to that, especially if you fucking went from fucking being on a peaceful to a fucking 5-lane highway. It'd be stressful when you're driving.
But I think that, bro, just that in itself, the chaos from all the
wouldn't you be talking to yourself in that stressful moment? Because that's when I...
Yeah, you'd think you're talking to yourself, though. Like, it's like...
I would accept that people don't maybe use it because they go on autopilot in their day, wake up, coffee, toast, dress.
Bro, when I wake up, I'm walking around in circles. I'm thinking about what I'm supposed to be doing still. Like, oh, yeah, that way, come back this way.
They don't have to ever talk to it because they're just repeating life over and over.
Mm.
So
you would think they'd still have to organise their next little step, though, like internally. Like, even when you're making coffee, you'd be thinking about your next step and organising that and having that discussion. Like, well, I'll get to that next.
Yeah,
I do that all the time.
I can get through mornings without really thinking. I can go into like I'm still half asleep, but I just know that I have to do a series of things and then sit in the car for a few minutes.
See, yeah, my head inside is so much more active than what's going on like being expressed.
Sure, bro. For sure, but like Steve-O said, 80%.
Well, that's why
that's intense, bro. Those numbers.
Some people can go on autopilot, but I doubt that there's people out there that do not have that voice. It's just they don't use it for some reason.
Mm.
It has to be there. How else do they think things before they act?
Right, you're gonna need that inner voice, bro, in 2027, the Battle of Shanghai. Be
Remember,
ready.
there is just that impulsive cunts that they just fucking thought for thought.
2027, boys. You want that inner voice.
How would they get dressed? Yeah. No, I'm gonna put my socks on my fucking hands.
Shit.
Like there has to be some inner dialogue. Yeah.
Just muted by the world's foot noise. Yes, that's what I sort of meant. All the chaos, the external factors. Like you go from the farm, from cows mooing to cars honking horns, like beeping, all that shit, fuck exhaust brakes, whatever, car accidents, people yelling, all the talking, the footsteps, the beeping from the crossing the road things, man. You know what I mean? Going from like that peaceful birds chirping shit to that'd scramble you a bit, I reckon. That'd fuck with you. Domestic coordination up big time. So I think there's a whole lot of people in that sense, with that being said, that
You could sensory overload them, but surely their internal dialogue would still be
noise.
It's more of a sensory deprivation. So it's so noisy that it's hard to talk to yourself as much as you probably should be. But it's not noise in just sound. It's the things that the world requires of you in your day. They're dragging you away from you. The time to talk to you yourself.
Well, I think your brain or your pineal gland, whatever, is like a big magnetic crystal. So whatever you focus that energy into, or whatever you're attracted to, is where like a lot of your creative things are going to go. So don't put all your energy into your phones. Pick up a blank piece of paper, start writing some shit, draw something. You might surprise yourself.
You've seen that ad, they run it on YouTube, something about that if you hold your breath for whatever amount of time, and then when you exhale, for some reason after holding your breath, cerebral fluid, when you exhale, travel up your spine, and it starts to activate your pineal gland or some shit.
Sounds Kundalini.
Yeah, that's the word he used. Yeah.
I learned about Kundalini awakenings when I was 14, bro. 14. Trying to figure out what happened after my first LSD trip, because full out of body experience, but I wasn't aware for the separation, like DMT, for example. For me with LSD, it was boom, I was just transported through all these different scenes. And it was like a full nature documentary with the close-ups and shit in 4K, 8K, and like slowed down. Years later, I watched this David Attenborough documentary and I started seeing a lot of the same scenes. I was like, holy fuck. I was like invested. I watched this documentary like 3 times. Yeah, it was just fucking incredible. So after that, and seeing that 6-armed elephant, that was something else too. So waking up like that at a young age, and then bang, I was just fucking locked and loaded with all these questions and shit. Got on the computer, started researching, found YouTubers. But yeah, you got to be mindful about the information you take in and who you listen to as well. Big time, because you're very impressionable at that age.
Take it all in, but don't believe it.
Well, I was listening. You had a lot of Joe Rogan back then. Psyched Substance, and I was listening to another lad, Dakota of Earth, Dakota Wint is on Instagram. Your mate Tom, fucking who else was there? A few others, but
you got to treat it like you're putting it on a scale, you know. And then after a while, that scale, you know, it's tipping one way or the other. And some things are never fully resolved. You keep coming across information, that scale may go back the other way, or it may go heavier another, you know. But you always measure. But that's a good thing to always question, and I it's something the world doesn't like. It just likes people to accept everything that it is told to them. found when you question, especially when you're young, people tend to call you a troublemaker.
Nothing wrong with resisting conformity. What's the first memories you've got, PTP? Like from when you're little, like 5, 10, 15? What's the earliest memories you have, bro?
I have flashes that could be from somewhere between 3 and 5. I'm pretty sure it's before 5. I'd have to ask my old man if he still remembers. But for some reason, I wanted to shave my head like an old man. You know how they're like someone who's receded. I wanted to have a bald spot on the top.
You're
just
mud
like hair.
guard. You're not a mud guard.
Why? Was that just
But back then I used to have a Crayola razor, and it wasn't a razor. It just looked like one, so you could pretend you're shaving with your old man. But I found the real ones, and fucking I scalped myself. Like I took all skin off the scalp and everything. That when they got me to the doctor, that's something like his hair will grow back now, but he'll probably go bald very soon because he's taking so much skin off his head, and your hair follicles are already in your skin. Yeah, so that's how deep I went. But I'd have to ask how old I was, but that's one of the first memories I got. I got bit on the face by a dog. I remember that. I was pretty fucking young when that happened.
That's one of my first memories. Watch my brother get his cheek bitten off by a dog.
Yeah,
shit.
Right on the fucking below the
One of
eye.
my earliest memories probably have to be crashing into hay bales on my little motorbike when I was 5 years old. Living out in the
I
chicken
can
farm.
remember riding a tricycle, chasing after my brother and his friends, fucking riding my tricycle down the road. So and you're usually about 3 years old when you're riding tricycles.
Well, I think the reason
It was
it's a
on the
core
front
memory
wheel.
for me
It was on the front wheel.
is because I hurt myself, bro. Because I like full slapped into these bales. I was looking back and then I looked forward. Oh, so I was like, fuck. And I ran back and I was like, hold my arm, having a sook. And when I ran back, like, did you turn the bike off? Didn't hit the kill switch. And that cunt's just like, they didn't care about me, bro. They just ran past me like 100 mile an hour off they went to go hit that fucking kill switch before I burned half the paddock down. Yeah,
I knocked a tooth out, fucking riding a motorbike, fucking about that age, about 5, I think it was, overtaking a chick on the bend for about the 3rd time, lapping her.
I used to get in trouble on my bike, but I used to get told to fucking slow down, which I'm like, well, why has it got all that speed for then if I'm not allowed to use it? You didn't have a speedo either because we had pit bikes growing up too. They didn't have a speedo, you know what I mean? No speedo. I was trying to build fucking ramps and shit. Every time I hit this ramp though, because no one was teaching me how to ride, it was like I'd fucking be like ding over the handlebars and like you gotta lean back, cunt. Once they told me that, bro, like lean back, bang, I was 5th gear flying, bro. And like, you need to slow down. I'm like, what? I've got a helmet on though. Like, you need to slow down. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. Because all I asked, because it was me and my older brother, and he was always going faster than me, kicking fucking rocks up and dirt in my face and shit, being a funny cunt. So all I asked was like, I just want to go faster than my brother. That's it. And I sat down and I fucking listened to my old boy, or little brother and sister's daddy's good at riding. He's like, here's what you got to do. And he fucking, boom, he just told me, like, ride it out and shift, push, ride it out, shift. And I was fucking ting. I was zooming, man. Yeah, I really get another bike. Get my license, I reckon. I'm 22. I'm behind the 8 ball at the moment. So, yeah.
Had DT80, then I got a YZ60H, then what was it, a KE? I think it was a KE 175, something like that. KX125.
If I get anything, I'll probably just get myself a postie for fun.
I had a few posties. Posties, an ag bike, an old ag bike.
Yeah, we used to have XL185. Oh, good old ag bike. 8110's all right.
I'm gonna go sort out some dinner, lads. If you're still going after, I'll bounce back up. If not, you might see me live.
No way.
Have a good one.
Have a good dinner.
Probably see you live, mate. Yeah, CRF 450 went bad when they came out.
22 TT 500, 550. Note. CT 110.
Postie bikes were just so when we were kids, man, fucking my parents used to frown on this shit. There were so many people in the neighborhood, so many kids in the neighborhood that would just ride around on their motorbikes everywhere, down the shop. It was just like personal transportation. So I steal my own motorbike, sneak out the house, go over to the shed, walk it X amount of fucking distance away and figure, by now it could be anyone on the motorbike they're hearing. Then off I go. But it used to be so funny, you'd fucking ride up to the shops, leave your motorbike out the front, go in, fucking 5, 7 years old, around on motorbikes on the road and shit.
Yeah. I got caught by the police taking my mate to his house to get his clothes so he could sleep tonight.
I got pulled over one time.
Oh, because I let him fucking have a go. Oh, all right. I am fucking, on the way back. I see the cops at the end of the road going past on the main road too. We could have turned around and booked it to the beach, and the dude shit himself and stalled it. Okay, time cops do a U-turn and they were back on us pretty quick.
This dude fucking, I was sneaking back from riding. And I was cutting through these streets. I knew it was a little bit hairy. I was putting along, keeping the noise down. And then this bloke fucking watering his lawn just run down the middle of the road. No matter where I turned, he was just in front of me. Oh, for fuck's sake. And I'm a little kid. I stop and he's yelling at me and shit and telling me he's a copper and all that. Gets me name and all that. Tells me I'm going to get a fine. $165 or something, I reckon. Never heard a goddamn thing. I just kicked it over and rode away when he walked back on his lawn. But
I didn't get a chance to do that. Fucking, mate, we got both thrown in the back of the TV van and taken to our parents. Mine were out for dinner for the night. Mate. Fucking, yeah, they weren't going to let me fucking get dropped off with my older brother at the start. But I think, fucking, I'm not with a fucking dad's friend had to come down fucking at the time from the lines, mate. Fucking, yeah. Plus our house was on army base, so they had to drive through the front gate and announce they were dropping me off anyway to fucking even get in onto the army base.
where we grew up, it's like a maze, man. It's
I'm pretty sure the front gate rang my dad's friend.
a shopping centre and a school. And then there's this massive, like a couple of reservoirs and parkland and big long walkways. They're like the backbone. And then all the suburbs like surround it. So there's a million ways in and a million ways out. Like after, I think the first, like once people graduated from motorbikes to fucking cars, some of the older crew ended up cutting off parts of the roads in our area. There's too many chasers that built, just blocked off entire roads, made them dead ends.
a little Kawasaki 80 fucking X KX or something like that, 80 as well.
KX125, fucking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a KE. I don't think it was a KLX. I think it was a KE. Oh, CR80.
Yeah, a CR125 2000 model I got from Townsville fucking Honda shop. It was their former race bike.
Yeah, made mine in 2001. CR125. Good bike.
His team had just upgraded to 2001 model. They'd just come out the 2001 model, and they just upgraded to that. I got it fully upgraded too, so the power pipe and all that on it. It's just sweet bike.
Yeah, this kid was racing. He was like 10 years younger than us. He would slaughter all of us. We'd go down. He had his own land with a practice track on it and everything. We'd go down there, go riding and shit. And fucking, he'd be hitting these jumps like fucking nothing, flying through fucking like a 3-4 story high jumps, fucking. And for us, it was like building up the guts to do it. He's just hitting them like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was another bloke, he was probably about 5 years younger than me. No, 3 years. And he was real good. He fucking sponsored by Honda and everything. Fucking.
Yeah.
I seen him at the servo one day, ages. Bike on a trailer, and I'm looking at this bike. I'm thinking, fucking hell, man, bikes have fucking changed a lot. There's not even a carby on this fucking thing. And first I'm thinking there's something wrong with it, and then I realised, no, it's intact. The bloke comes walking out the servo. Hey, he recognised me. Oh shit, how you going? He's telling me about the bike. It was injected. He goes, have a look at the back tyre. And it was brand new. He just got it from the shop, took it out for a ride, test it, and the tyre's brand new. And he's ripped the knobbies off the tyre, tore them off. Like, that's how much torque this thing had. What the fuck? But he's one of these guys that, like, if I got on that thing, I'd probably be mono and everywhere. He can use that power. I went riding with 3 of them one day. They're all practicing, and I go out with them. And within 4 corners, they were probably 40 meters in front of me. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Just grabbing me dinner.
Bro. Egg buck. I had a black and yellow egg buck. Yellow tank, black seat, big chrome shelf behind the back seat. I assume for like putting your hay bale on or your dog or something. I used to get motorbikes, but like I have heaps of fucking motorbikes. Because I learned how to repair shit pretty young. And so when you know, or when you live in an area where hundreds of people have got motorbikes and they're all riding around and shit, people with motorbikes stop working. Some people are lazy. And they're like, oh, it doesn't work. You know, at $20, you bring it home and you like clean a fuel filter or clean the carby out. Or one time Bloke took the self mixer off the block, right off the barrel, the self mixer pipe, and he didn't block the hole. Right, so he took the self mixer off, and then he was just going to run 2-stroke in it. They didn't have to have the oil reservoir. But because he left the hole there, it wouldn't fire anymore. He bought it in my joint. Yeah, but $20. I'm yeah, all right. And I looked and I seen what it was. They give him the money, and I go, "You sure?" He goes, "Yeah, I don't want to go. I have it running in like 30 seconds, 1 minute." He goes, "Bullshit." Like, yeah, he goes, "No, give me the $20." I give him the 20. I walk in the shed, I get a fucking jar, come back, find a screw that goes in there, block the hole, kick it over, boom. Where we used, one of the places we used to ride, there are all like farms around it, potato farms and shit. Go riding for the day. They can take foil, go get potatoes, chuck them in the fire. And one of me posties had like a auto start feature. So it had like a pedal instead of a kickstart. You put your foot on the pedal and you push down and it comes back up. And when you push down, it just goes like, eh. There's no compression there. And you do that like 4 or 5 times. And then you pull the clutch. And then the motor just turns over by itself. I just think that was pretty flash. One second.
No worries.
Hey,
Copy.
so we got to go out for a second if I can close the gate.
Yep.
Left the gate open. Fucking dogs are in there. Fucking trying to push sleeping animals around.
He's in the cage, is he?
Fucking dumbos. One of them's just barking while the other one's doing it.
Egging one on. The one barking will be the first one to see coming. He'll run away. I wasn't doing anything.
As soon as I walk out there, it'll shut straight up.
Yep. They're not silly, the cunts. All the birds trying to sleep are getting hassled.
Alright. Hey,
Hey, ho.
Yeah, that's
Looking nice, man.
how are you? How's it coming through now? How's the sound?
Yeah, good, mate. I can hear you well.
All right. If it's shitty, let me know. Anyway. Back it over
you just
there.
gonna roll around and talk in different parts of the room.
Yeah. No, I'll just get comfortable at the table. You know? Sit back here and enjoy the darkness, mate. The dark corner.
You've been looking for cameras.
I got a couple, but yeah, nah, not only a couple of cheapos, I suppose, but no, not really. I've been expensive. That's
I did notice Audi have them microphones and cameras again in stock.
the Bjorn ones or Born, whatever they're kind of BAUR. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah,
That's it.
I
Only the one.
assume the camera is as cheap as the microphone.
Yeah, well, the cameras are just a shit, yeah, if not shittier.
But I think they were 1080 minimum, and they were up to 4K. You get like 3 of them, put one in the middle, one on each side. Boom.
Yeah. You've got to have also extensions for them as well. So, right, I tried to use my phone this morning, but it can be blurry. So I can use my phone in some areas and cords, cameras on the other.
Something I've never bothered to check. And all the webcams that I have that I could use to check, they're so old the computer probably wouldn't even recognize them.
G'day, Steve-O. Steve-O.
Did any of them come with installation CDs or whatever? So the computer does recognise them or not?
Oh, I think like they're like so old, like they're probably not even 480. Like they're probably older than that, like
Oh,
360. Yeah.
Vega, VGA cameras. I don't know what they're showing us there.
It's a lot. Smart downlight. You can hook it up to your phone and turn your light on and off by your phone, or talk to your phone. Light on, light off. But I don't have a phone. I needed to replace a light, and it's pretty bright. Like using 8 watts, and it's brighter than the fucking 40-watt LED that I had in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and not like a little bit, like 4 or 5 times brighter.
That's a good blow. LED. Or fucking what?
Yeah, 8 watts. I was like, fucking.
Weird little diode.
I might buy a couple more. Take like 120 something hours to use fucking 1 kilowatt.
Pretty good going.
Remember light bulbs remember light bulbs before they started changing light bulbs? Remember just incandescent light bulbs?
Yeah.
They're the best light bulbs ever. And it seems they started messing with them. Everything didn't look the same anymore. They weren't as bright. Like when you're little, you have like 100 or at least, maybe I've seen some 60s, but 80 watts. Nearly, sometimes 100 watts light bulb in a room. When you turn the light on, you know the light's on.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no little shady areas. There's light.
Mm-hmm. You always have to make back a red grouse cubbies to block the light out in your level.
Yeah, couch cushions and
Yep.
and shit.
Yep. And then doonas to paint over the top of that. Look for couches and stuff that get up.
Jesus Christ.
I was watching some video the other day. It was talking about a painting of a little boy, and this painting's haunted or something. It's got something to do with arson. And it's like pretty well known or whatever. This painting.
Is it called Loft? Is it an Australian painting?
I'm not sure if it's Australian, but it is in Australia. Like that's how well known it is. It was in one of our houses when we were
Called Lost.
little kids, and that was at that time it was right at the end of a hallway in a prominent spot.
Do you remember the image of it? Is it of an image of a child sitting in the forest like this with his arm over his head, or a little girl?
I can't remember a forest, but his face isn't covered, but he is possibly sitting or crouching, and he's got like a dark coloured coat or jacket on or whatever. But it's got it had something to do with a spate of arsons or something through history. And that whole time that we had it, that was when I was going through my arson phase, like lighting stuff up under houses or cars or fucking letterboxes or fields or,
At what stage did Australia have it?
Oh, it's pretty old, but it would have been probably like 82, 85, somewhere around there. But
I'm talking 1905.
Oh yeah, it's old. It's old. Yeah, but it's been reprinted over and over.
Has it been held in different exhibitions as well? Travelled around the world, being held in exhibitions.
It isn't McCubbin. The name isn't McCubbin, is it?
I can't remember.
McCubbin.
If I put the bong down, I'd probably be able to find it on Google. Yeah, I think it might have been crying, like a tear on one cheek, maybe, not like bawling its eyes out. Possibly
Oh,
one
that
tear.
one. You're talking about the little eunuch kid crying with a tear. The religious, or that one, where it's just his sort of head's in it, and it's sort of like a little Polish boy, and he's crying. I think I know the one you're talking about. Famous. It's a portrait, pretty much just of a head and shoulders. Is that one?
Mainly I don't remember him. Oh, possibly he has hands.
If you can't see whether the image had
Oh,
hands,
this is when I'm like 8 years old, like 6 to 8 years old.
and did you say he was in a blue shirt?
It's definitely dark. It might be like a jacket, like a dark jacket.
I'm thinking too.
So what, you reckon it influenced them, made you start fires?
I just remember when I watched whatever show that bring that painting up, and I seen that painting, I was like, I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder.
But yeah, I never
Like it was
burnt it.
but it's at a stage we all go through lighting fires or whatever.
Oh,
Is
for
it?
sure. I never burnt the head with my family in it, like what normally happens to the people who have that painting. But yeah, it's linked to people, family dying because one of them gets influenced by the painting, sets the house on fire while the family's asleep. I also wondered too if my parents knew the meaning of that painting back in the day and why the hell it was hanging in the hallway.
Okay, you got a message there, mate.
Oh, hang on. Let me just come over to the computer and have a start.
Okay, congratulations, mate. Congratulations.
So I hooked ABC oil from the Mighty Grass into it comes second. Oh, awesome. Second, ABC, awesome. Oh, really? Do you still have that? That was pretty good stuff. That was, yeah. It was actually a hybrid. But I think so. I can't remember. That's all right. Yeah, good stuff.
You're gonna take back that if you're not first, you're last, or
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, that was just some other stuff. Obviously, that was around, I think, from Nimbin maybe. But no, that's good. Right, as long as there's a lot of participants, and that it's really a participation thing, right? There's only 40, I suppose, people. 40 is a lot, I think, but it's not too loud.
so you got 40. You got 40 people judging or 40 people entering. 40 people judging.
Around, more or less around 40 odd. Yeah, entering. A lot of competitions. A lot of people trying really hard and deservingly doing better than I did. My smoke did. But look, next year, if I'm in the right mind, I'll do some Sensimilia. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. But you can't expect much if, in my case, I can't expect anything from myself of that greater quality when I've got seed, when I'm breeding. But the ABC oil, what you're talking about, that was actually top notch. Cheers.
Who misses Rasta?
Oh, a left wing entry. Yeah. Oh, the terpenes are strong in that. Well, maybe not now 'cause it's quite old, but quite unique. I was going to send a ton of that over, but I don't know. My extra from this in that packet. Decided not to. I'm happy the other box got through. I hope you had some too. From the week. Because there's plenty there.
Pretty sure he's being judged.
No, I don't know if he's judging or anything. Like that. I think he might have entered my stuff, I think, for me. We would have won, Steve-O. Just for fun, though, like I said. Yeah, participation is good in this, really. In this circumstance. How you doing, Kiwi Fine? Well, and by the way, I did, to be fair, that Verizon had a long time cure. And yeah. The opportunity comes next year, I'll be there. But I'll come in next year. That's what I'll do. If the opportunity comes, Steve-O, I'll catch a plane in and I'll grow one or two. And I'll do some, I'll do everything I've got. I actually had this that I was going to send in. I'll show you what I was going to send in. Where is that? I don't know where it is.
Here you go, Mont.
Yeah, I was going to need some other oil. Something to like wrist hand oil. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I know that picture. It wasn't a blonde kid. Close enough. My nan had this image. Depressing. Is this banned somewhere, this image?
I don't think it's banned. They just say it's cursed.
Don't hang that one up in the house, eh?
Apparently, your kids will light fires and kill everyone.
Mm. Why hasn't the Catholic Church exorcised it yet? Excised it, or whatever, fucking exorcist. What?
Been
kick the demon out.
Been watching that fucking Expedition Unknown guy, Josh
Yeah.
Gates.
What's he up to?
They found the old, well, possibly once upon a time tomb, but like the equivalent of like the Lincoln Memorial for Alexander the Great. So it's basically right where some dude in history wrote where it was when he visited it. Everyone thought it went underwater all them years ago when part of Alexandria went underwater.
Yep.
But it looks like change of religion just sort of they built over the top. They moved They moved the bones, and the bones are quite possibly in a holy place as one of the bones of the 12 apostles, mate, no, yeah, no, one of the writers of one of the books of the Bible.
Did he do that with a chick that's excavating? Did he find that with a chick that is excavating Alexandria, trying to find Alexander's tomb?
Yeah.
Because there's been a Turkish chick that's been excavating, fucking trying to find his tomb, and has been come real close and thinks she's on the money. But then I don't know, like, because the people like the Catholic Church, I know, burnt the fucking library there, and also I think at the time the library was near his tomb, and there was some sort of fucking weird religious cult around Alexander, right? And fucking I don't know whether they had something to do with fucking moving him or something. Like he may have got moved before fucking and saved some stuff, those weird cult things. But I don't know, like I know his generals fought over his body as well, and they all moved his body around.
Yeah, it looks like that Ptolemy dude stole him to try and make himself more powerful by holding on to.
Yeah, if you had his body, you were legitimate. If you had his body, made you legitimate.
Because he started printing coins with Alex on him, Alexander on him, after he'd already been dead. So it wasn't commissioned by Alexander; they were commissioned by the Ptolemy. And so they're starting to think the map that they have from history might be correct. Because when they first got it, they're like, this could be hit and miss. That chick started digging; she found some shit. It looked promising, but it wasn't until they actually dug the whole thing up, went and tunneled it, and because the high-rise buildings over part of it and shit. But they found the outline of the whole thing. So there's a wall, earth, and then a wall. So it's like a earthen wall, stone, earth, and stone, and then that was the wall that was around the building that had his sarcophagus, which was a repurposed Egyptian one, and then some of his items. So it was like a shrine people could visit, sort of thing, and it was right on the two main streets where they intersect. He was right on one of the corners, and then there's some other important building on the other corner, and the other corner. But now they start to believe this map because they found this.
I think there's no reason the maps would be wrong, right? The only reason I reckon the Catholic Church just spread all the misinformation since, so that he wouldn't be found, and since they did their best to try and squash everything around him and what he'd done, sort of thing.
And because he was considered a pagan god when.
Yeah, that's why there was that cult thing. There was you go in and worship him. There was full on priests and stuff like that. There was fucking. It went for centuries after early Christianism fucking started. It wasn't fucking till the fourth. I don't know what century actually when they burnt the fucking Alexandrian fucking library, but it's at that time when they fucking burnt his tomb and fucking crushed it over.
Yeah. Well, they thought maybe they destroyed it because it was. A paper thing, but they repurposed it.
And then just tried to fucking kill everyone off who knew anything about it. Why?
Repurposed the building. They even repurposed the body, and they called the body of Matthew. And then
if they stole fucking Alexander's body, mate, that's fucking some horrific, dirty shit, isn't it?
Then they took that body.
And been parading around as Matthew ever since. It's fucked.
And then built some giant cathedral and put him in the middle of that.
Yeah. Fucker.
So
instead of having fucking remembered for who he was, fucking Alexander the Great, mate. We couldn't. Fuck, that'd be shitty to a lot of people, huh? Like if he's there.
Where they took him, the people who originally took the outside of the sarcophagus, and it's got the Macedonian shield with the Macedonian star with the big long spear, and these fucking them things they wear, greaves that they wear on their shins.
Yeah.
That they only found that piece of rock, but that rock went with the body when they took the body. Right? They're not allowed to see the body, but that rock was in a place that's publicly accessible. They 3D imaged the rock, went back, and it fits on that sarcophagus as an outer casing. The same way as the people said that they repurposed the Egyptian sarcophagus to house Alexander.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like, his body, it's looking like his body is in a Christian or cathedral or whatever. Yeah. Bit of a trip, huh?
Yeah.
So, and they reckon it.
Yeah,
The people let it happen that way because they didn't want Alexander to be destroyed. So they had pressure to give that body up. It wasn't, the people said that they asked for it or whatever, but it's not like they asked for it. They just took that shit, like went there. You gotta stop doing it.
Burn it.
Yeah. So they just gave it up, yeah.
Dirty cunts. There's got to be some dirty and sacrilege there. Disrespectful.
But yeah, now that map's looking like it's real of the old city, hopefully that chick gets some more rights to dig up some other places that are important to history. They rust up some more rights to dig up some other places that are important to history. You got a window open.
Instagram, Monty 420, PPP.
You got a window open.
Instagram, Monty 420, PPP.
You got a try now.
Well, you didn't echo at least. So.
Yeah, he might have just muted himself. Just put your echo cancellation and that on and close any windows if you're on a laptop.
I did. I fix it.
Good to see you, Rasta. How are you?
I'm all right, brother. How are you? Happy weekend, everyone.
What up, King You Fine? Good to see you, man. Good to hear you. Good to see you.
Week start today. Week start today.
Yes, week start on Sunday, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
People always think week start on Monday, but it's actually start on Sunday.
Catholic Church ruled us all, man. They'd never even give you a reason to fucking think that either. It somehow just slipped it in there and made us all think that.
Hey, shout out, brother. One love. Bon
Love.
That's to so that we all start the week with a good daily dose of church. Subconsciously.
Yeah, but you're meant to rest on the Saturday, not the Sunday. Like, God's law, you'd think they'd be following it.
Well, I suppose that wasn't always a day off, was it? Sunday wasn't necessary.
Saturday was meant to be the resting day. Yeah, Sabbath day.
Yeah, Saturday is the red day. It's the Sabbath is the Saturday.
It's the Sabbath day.
Yeah. Day of rest. On the seventh day, God rested.
On the sixth day, God make hook. After hook, it's like, fuck, man. I'm taking a break. Hook is too
much. I never really intentionally insulted you before. Yeah, that's funny. I like that.
One love, brother. One love.
Good to see you, King. See all you lads. See you all.
I've been watching too many Y-Files.
I think you have, like, yeah, like I heard it in the background because I swung in earlier just before dinner.
Oh, that was a new one. We're only a few minutes in. I'll watch the rest of that later.
Look, that guy verges on the verge of sort of reality and fantasy, which is kind of cool as long as you know what he's all about. The Y-Files guy.
Yeah, well, as we were saying, like he tells the story, puts the information in there, doesn't let anything get in the way of the story being entertaining, and then in the last couple of minutes, he shoots down everything you just got all hyped up about. Tells you why it was wrong or lies or
Well, it's nonsense.
yeah.
But
In some cases,
that.
things are true, but most of the time it ends with this didn't happen.
Yeah, you have to tune in for a long time to see that, though. If you don't give it a chance, it's like this guy's just talking shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The story he tells is entertaining enough that you stay to the end.
Yeah.
And they're normally about 20 minutes, and it's entertaining enough that it doesn't feel like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I did watch one where you're talking about a theory on Neanderthals, and it's a pretty interesting take.
Is this the Neanderthals are giants or what?
Yeah, they were probably a couple foot taller than us, and bones were 25 times denser or something,
and all gone. Already
and
all gone. All of these giant people are nowhere to be seen, not even in like skeleton form.
They're
there to be seen in the skeletal form, but fucking definitely gone just like they are in biblical reference too.
And they used to eat.
That's what they speculate as, like the giants from the biblical times may have been early memories of humans' interactions with Neanderthals and Devisants or whatever the word is.
They used to eat the men and the children and take the women for sex.
The giants, eh?
So yeah, they in history they reckon in Africa we got down to 40 people, like 40 pairs. That's how much Neanderthal had killed and eaten this and that. Yeah.
So how do you reckon Neanderthals were hunting us?
Yeah. Before we go, I'll put the link in the private for you. I think it goes for about 20, 30 minutes, but like I said, it's entertaining.
Does he shoot it down in the end?
No.
So I'll have to grow some weed next year then, won't I? I'll have to grow some.
So that's a fucking completely different take on fucking modern science theory, isn't it? Because I reckon we pushed them into extinction.
It'll be fine.
Yeah,
banana farmer? There's banana farmer right there. Banana farmer.
Shout out. Of course, I know Banana Farmer. He was the only guy who was coming to my live stream when nobody came. Banana Farmer was the man. He come up, man. So shout out Banana Farmer. One love.
Good luck, King Day, mate.
Yes, sir. I was watching. I always see you. I watch, like yesterday, I saw you live. I always watch, although I don't go live on the panel these days, but I like to, to avoid arguments. I stay back, But yeah, one love always, brother.
Have you got a channel going, Banana?
Nah, not really.
Hey? Not really, but going live occasionally.
Yeah, pop up, Billy.
Nice. Trying
you
to
want
keep
to
an
learn
eye out.
how
I
to
ain't getting notifications properly lately for some reason. I always get the notification after the live finishes. I've got to start pressing subscription button again, fucking checking if anyone's live. How's
I love
everyone's night
being in
going?
home PC. Fair income, like just getting in there every couple of bongs and getting all of that shit out of there because it ends up black like after the resin ends up was so thick, so quick, just after one or two bongs, and you're scraping out huge amounts of like whatever the hell it is. I'd love to test it to see the THC content. What I'd love to do. I'd love to capture all of the smoke. So basically blow up a balloon, right? With all of the smoke that I'm breathing out from a bong, and then let that solidify, and then get all of that residue and calculate how much THC is in it. That way we can calculate how much we actually absorb. Because you can also calculate how much THC you're absorbing, obviously, by that amount.
I calculate it by how high I get, and I wouldn't smoke that black shit.
Well, I'm not saying to smoke the black shit.
By how much oxygen you can absorb each lungful, so
Yeah, I'm not saying smoke the
got to
black
be less than. I don't like to scrape my cone that often, Hooks, because like it ends up being that sticky resin all the time, and that's why it sticks up so quickly. So if I don't leave it for a little while, it somehow bakes it real hard and chips off then and comes off as a hard little clunk. Oh.
Yeah, I call that carbon. It's not carbon, but yeah, it goes from gooey to just hard.
Yeah,
And
it comes off in little fucking chips.
As long as that happens really early, you can, and it's only a thin layer, you can manage it for ages.
Yeah, yep.
But yeah,
If you go scrubbing at it too early, I find it digs up and ends up fucking caking on there in uneven amounts and then doesn't want to fucking chip off as fucking evenly and quickly. Like some bits will be gooey in places because you already carve it because if you do it too early, some bits haven't got to set properly for some reason. And then they start saying gooey.
Gooey. We've all know about that gooey, eh, fellas? A bit of the gooey.
I put that link in the private chat, but also put it in the fucking public as well.
What's that?
A quick shout out to Big Boy Kush. Quick shout out to. Hey, I just said shout out to Big Boy. I didn't know y'all coming out, bro. Shout out.
Hey, bro, they take great minds think alike, bro.
Yes, weekend. Shout out, man. Big love.
Just doing something else for some guest on dinner time. Excellence.
Weekend gas.
Yeah, nice.
That's 5 ounces. Right 5 ounces.
Mine is almost finished. Blueberries.
Yeah, bro. Nice one. Nice, bro. Oh, it's getting better every day. But the more, anytime after harvest, bro, more than 3 months in the jar, it just gets better every day, boys. I tell you right now, if you queue and do it properly, it gets better every day. I'm telling you, like it's like an older woman or a fine wine; they get better with age.
Yeah, I agree.
Older the berry, sweeter the juice, right?
Yeah.
Older the berry, sweeter the juice.
Hey, no, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Nah, you know.
Big Boy Push, I follow you on. I follow you on Facebook.
Yeah, bro. Oh, did you? Yeah, perfect, bro. Cheers, man. Yeah, doing my work, my handyman shit. Yeah, my business, bro. Cheers, man.
My missus follow you as well. We all subscribe. Yes, let's promote the big boy. Yeah, man. Big boy business.
Hey, it's all about who. It's all about who you know this day and age. Boys, you know that. It's all about word of mouth.
True.
You know.
True.
But I thought I'd jump up and have one with this, bro. Farmer, good to see your face, brother. Happy well, bro. Not a farmer.
Yes, farmer is growing more in time before November. We want to make sure that mow is quite big before November.
Who, me or farmer? Both.
November, all you, mate.
Big love, bro. Have a bomb.
That'd be cool.
That's a nice ball, brother. Hash.
Yeah.
Nice. Finger hash. It remind me of the Afghani hash. Yeah, big boy, that's a nice one. Clean, fresh, nice.
One of these ones going. One of them on the top. Keep it fresh.
Oh,
62.
Boost.
I'll pass another one. I'll jump another one. And then I'm gonna have a shower, I'm gonna have dinner and go to bed, boys. I'll work tomorrow, so gotta make that money, gotta make that splash.
Make that money, brother. Make that money.
We're gonna make them King Charleses, mate.
It's not gonna make itself look easy, you know what I mean?
No money, no funny, brother.
That's it, man.
Yep. Farmers only planting because the world keeps growing.
Yep.
And big boy coach, look at, I'm going to text you. I'm going to text you on Facebook.
Sweet dreams, good love, and good bless. Talk to you, good night. See you on the next one.
God bless, baby Kane. Good night, mate.
Cheers, boys.
Peace.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, boys.
Hang on.
Good
Yeah, mate. Good
night,
warm,
good
lad.
dreams.
Good to see you. Sleep well.
Stay warm.
No worries.
Peace, boys.
Always, mate. You too, brother.
Big boy coach.
Cold nights. Rain tomorrow. Rain on and off for the next week in Victoria. Where I am, anyway. Some other parts of Victoria might have rain every day for next week. What's it like in your area, Peter?
This is the coldest winter since I came to Tasmania. This is the coldest winter. Yeah, brother.
It's that big high. It's that big high pressure that's stuck over Tasmania that's affecting all of it, it's making Victoria freezing as well.
This morning, -1, -2. This morning, bro, everybody was freezing.
Yep.
How cold was it? How cold was it?
-1 and -2 for last week. It's been.
Oh. Other winter so far before to this one has been, like mild winter. It's quite not so cold, a bit mild. But this one, oh man, this is cold for real.
You reckon because in other winters there's been more rainfall. I reckon that's why it's more colder this year. Like, because there's been no rain. It's more like a spring. Like the temperatures at the moment are like a spring. There's sunny days and frosty mornings. So the real cold, frosty, misty morning.
The rain comes through, but it's been like the warmest winter, man.
All the rain goes north. All the rain's been going north, and that it's been missing southern Victoria and stuff like that, and going hit New South Wales and Queensland. Like, any fronts that do come over are pitted out by the time they get here. Rained out.
The rain follows the hills and goes out, so we don't get much. But when we do, it comes straight off the ocean. It just hammers down.
Normally, my tent is 5x5. I have a 600 watt HPS light. Usually, the tent is so hot. Now it's maximum of 17 degrees. The heat. It doesn't go higher than 17. I have to put one extra light inside just to keep that heat up. Oh, bro, it's so cold.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Something that's really important to understand is about LEDs, and you do need to do that because LEDs just don't produce enough heat for a cold environment. So if you are growing in a cold environment, you do need to heat the room if you're in a very cold environment. Otherwise, the LEDs won't be like soda bulbs up
LED is
here.
not going to help you in winter.
You know,
Yeah, HPS for winter or heater.
Yeah, sodiums or HBS. Yeah, Julian. So
Yeah, sodium, high pressure sodium.
the LED is just not that hot. That's all. I don't know. Tasmania is cold as fuck, like you're saying. But to grow in that circumstance, you still need to make sure that you can heat the room if you're using LEDs. A lot of people forget that, don't take that into account, I suppose, for a while. You learn, though, once you're grown in a certain environment. You can feel that the room's not cold. Like, wow, this is cold, even though it's indoors. It's like,
Yeah,
it's
you
cold.
learn, brother. You learn.
Where's the heat? You're going like this to the lights. There's no heat going up here. But there is, it's just not much. Where did it sound?
What sound? High pitched whistle type sound.
Never mind. How would you like to wear feet?
Probably mine.
PTP, how your area? How is your location? How cold it is?
Yeah, probably about 8 degrees, 10 degrees.
8 degrees. All right.
13 degrees here where I am.
Yeah. At the moment, when I came home now, I was outside for dinner. When I came home, it's 4 degrees.
19 here.
If
Feels
we
like
get rain, it'll warm up a little bit.
feels like 0.3.
Damn, it's cold.
In winter here, it's not a problem for it to get to like 4 degrees consistently, 2 degrees
Electric
sometimes.
Electric blanket, that's the one saving my ass. I said, when I lie down in that bed, I don't want to get up. I'm sick.
Actually, it's meant to be 2 degrees tonight, 2 degrees and a high of 15 possibly tomorrow.
Thanks for having me up, fellas. I've got to jump down.
Have a good one. Thanks for coming
Big
up.
up yourself, my
Good to
brother.
see
You are
you,
a
brother.
legend. Big up.
Hey, Nana.
Thank you.
I reckon it's fucking try and plan for Nimbin next year, mate. Start getting in early. So we can fucking hopefully
Yeah,
we can
man.
get done.
I'll meet you next year, Banana, for sure.
Well, I don't know. I'm thinking about starting a plan now. As soon as I can get my bookings in, plane bookings, everything, I'm going to try and book in early.
Yep.
And get there.
Good idea.
Yeah. Have some fun.
First week
Maybe
of
hire out a house or something.
Good
I
night,
don't know, we'll
everybody.
see.
First week of March. First weekend.
All right, PTP legend, good to see you. Monty, I'm cruising with Banana. Take care, Banana. Good to see you. Can you fine?
Yeah, my brother Hookster.
Good night,
One love,
Bookie.
man. See you later.
Good to see you, man.
We're cruising Banana. See you later, Banana.
You reckon he cruised? He's not just sitting really still? Yeah.
See you later. Nice stream for you did good show today, PTP. You've been going for how long? More than 2 hours. Nice.
3 hours, bro. 3 hours.
I was in the city. I checked my notification. I saw you are live. I'm like, oh man, I'm not home. But I managed to get home. You were still live. I'm like, yeah, man, time to jump up.
Nice. Yeah, have a good dinner, King B.
Yeah, brother, Italian restaurant. I have a
Nice.
what is it called? Carbonara.
No.
I have carbonara, and the kids have pizza. My wife have a seafood pasta. So it's lovely. Very nice restaurant.
Nice. Glad you enjoyed.
Italian man on the place, and most of the people who work there, they are all Italian, so they are speaking Italian in the kitchen. You hear them. Bada, 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 bada. I'm like, what? I just want my piece, my pasta. But they are good. They good chef, good food.
Yeah, definitely.
School holiday begin now, so 2 weeks of holiday for the kids. So you need to take them out, get them occupied. Otherwise, they are bored at home.
Yeah, the holiday started a week ago in Victoria.
This is Friday was the last day of school, so the holiday here starts on Monday. So from Monday is the first week, and then 2 weeks break, and then they're back to school.
Yeah.
And I went to check out went to look at high school. My daughter next year, my daughter is going to high school, man. Can't believe time flies so quick. She's in high school next year. So we went to do inspection. They invite all the parents and the kids. We went to the school, have a look, take a tour, school tour. Lovely school. That school, if I have the opportunity growing up, I will be bigger than Michael Jackson now, bro. That school, they have everything there. They have room, set up studio for a whole band. You can practice there every day. Man, I'm like, wow. It's crazy. They do carpentry, they do furniture, arts, design, a lot of things. The children opportunities are just there. You have to just pick what you like and focus. Good.
Yes,
I told the teacher at the end of the trip, I said, man, when I was growing up, half of these things is like opposite of my school. This is what I see here. The opposite. I swear, man, bro. My school, we didn't take book to school. We take slate. Slate, a wood, carved wood. You take a chalk and the slate. That's what you take to school, and you write on that slate and you clean it. You write again. That's how I studied primary school.
The only time that we ever used that was when we went on the excursion to Sovereign Hill.
Yeah, the children, they have laptop in class. I'm like, wow. I say they teach them how to do coding, how to coding, internet, how to create animations. A lot of, man, you can be somebody if you go to that high school. If you don't be something, it means you are not created to learn. I swear. It's big sports center. They have a whole gym for every sport you want to do. They have swimming pool, they have basketball, they have volleyball. Very, very good. And it's a public school, it's not private. Very good.
That's the only thing we didn't have, swimming pool.
A couple of schools did. A couple of them didn't.
And it's right. Yeah, the best part of it is on the beach. It's school right on the beach, bro. And they do scuba diving. It's part of their study. They go do scuba diving, make video of underwater life. That's oh man. And all their classroom have the view of the sea. You see heaven. I said, can I move in straight away? I'm moving, man. I said,
yeah.
They have kitchen. You can learn how to be a chef from there. They have a whole kitchen. They are cooking. We pass there. I'm like, oh man, what's happening? They say, yeah, it's for cooking, baking, everything. And everything they cook and bake, they eat it. I'm like, wow, I want to come back to high school. Man. Let me start high school again.
Home economics. I remember home ec. Cooking.
Lovely.
That's the good thing about that. You're cooking something good.
I'm happy my children get this opportunity because even my sibling in Africa, my brothers, sisters, their children they don't have that, not even half of that kind of opportunity in school. African school is fucked up. A politician, they don't want to spend money in school because they send all their children to school in London. So they have the United UK and France. That's where they send their kids to uni or high school. So all the high school in Africa they don't care. People have to look after themselves. That's it. So I thank God that my kids, at least they will have the best education that I never have. Man, that's it. I'm all right, bro. I'm all right, bro.
We're so used to opportunity that when we go there, we'd rather be social than use all the tools that are available to us. So I'll get to that later.
Exactly, man. I was impressed. I was super over impressed. I was lost of words, man. When I went to that school, I'm like, wow, that is a good school, man. Yeah. Anyway, big up, one love. Let me don't take over your show. I mute myself. You.
Oh, good.
You're right, Rasta. I'm pretty stoned.
Yeah, once I sort of have a little breather, stop my head spinning, have a sip of a drink, I'll rip this bong and we'll nick off. Now I'm fucking smashed.
Yeah.
Got a little wobble going on in my head. Could be smoke inhalation.
Could be. Little Dutch oven happening in the room. Enough fresh air.
And a lot of bongs.
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Big up yourself. I will be leaving now, bro. I'll be watching. I'm watching still, but let me do some other things. One love, brother. Big up.
Hey,
Rasta. Let's say, bro.
Bong on.
Yeah, bong on. You're right, Nana. You didn't leave too bad. Frozen a little bit, but not too bad. Just as you dropped out, we're about to question whether you were sitting really still or frozen and dropped out. Oh, you're a whiny dog. Put him outside and leave him out there for a few hours, let him freeze. Go wandering and get mischief done. Foxes were fighting in the paddock last night. First, I thought one of them had grabbed a rabbit and it was squealing. Oh, no, that's got a little bit of a growl to it, like that fucking noise. Rabbits is more like a whistle. And it's like something between a fucking guinea fowl and a rabbit. Foxes fight, sounds like.
Every time.
This cold air is fucking doing the best for my chest. cold air from winter. Fucking like 16-degree days and then -1 fucking, and it's like 2 degrees at 11 o'clock, 3 degrees like it was the other morning. Water buckets were still frozen at 11:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Breathing in cold air, good for your chest.
Water
Be good
tanks
to have
up.
this rain.
And fuck all rain. It's cold.
Yeah, no rain at all, realistically. What's fallen has just been enough to turn everything green, but not enough to grow. It's been like a green drought everywhere.
Like, I think I've got that cough under control. But every time I went to speak, I just cough again.
Usually the way.
All right, everyone. Thanks for rolling in.
We'll see you
Have a
all
next
on the
one.
next one.
Having a bomb. Yeah, we'll see you all on the next one.